That's why. Yeah.
Oh no, because I've got the thing. Hang on, wait. Oh, stupid.
We're waiting.
Hello and welcome to the LOD Halloween special, horror special, with me, Venomous AK, standing in for the LOD themselves. I have the awesome Dreadpool. Say hello, Dread.
Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome to the stream. Welcome to the show. This is going to be an epic show. We got some great people here. First time meeting some of them, and I tell you what, so far you will not be disappointed. I can guarantee that for you.
Awesome. And then we have the legendary, awesome guy. We've had him on before, Lukasz from Feardemic.
Hi guys, how are you? I'm kind of a little bit stressed, but at the same time excited to be here with you. And to be honest, I have no idea what to expect from this show.
Hannah unfortunately ain't here right now, so we will introduce her when she comes back. We have Moth from FearFX2, and we have Corey. Hey guys, how you doing?
Hi guys.
Hey, what's up?
So,
I'm Moff and that's Corey. I'm the Scottish one. He's the American one.
You can hear that here.
Oh,
Right,
let me get to
so-
my Braveheart quotes.
people were probably wondering who you guys are. So, how about we give them a little bit of a taster on what you're making? So, we'll start off with FearFX2. Alright guys, so what are you making and what can you tell us?
All right, I'll take. You want me to take this one?
Yeah, you take that. Since you're the mate, since you're the boss man.
All right, so we're FearFX2. We're a small indie studio, and we're developing a game called Nightwell Manor, which is it's a horror game that's match-based. It's multiplayer, and essentially players are working as a team to try to solve the mysteries of the manor and the mysteries behind Mr. Nightwell and his violent streak, and you're trying to collect evidence and escape the manor alive. And in short, that's it in short.
You did pretty well there. Maybe mention as well, sort of maybe our like inspirations a bit, Corey.
Yeah.
For you American people out there, it was based off the movie Clue. And for us UK folks, it would be the board game Cluedo if you're of my age. Oh well, I'm just kidding. But no, yeah, kind of based off of Cluedo, so it's got the kind of case scenarios, murder mystery kind of vibe, set in a
Yep.
really nice mansion. Yeah, sort of 1940s era. Everybody's all kind of dressed up in, nice, suits, dresses. Yeah, it's got that whole 1940s vibe about it. Got a really epic sort of soundtrack for it as well, kind of that 1940s gonna vibe, a horror kind of, I don't know how to describe it, that kind of horror feel behind it as well. We've got a really good sound designer, Edwin, who could make it today. So yeah, so Cluedo based, multiplayer, yeah, story.
Noir.
Yeah, that's probably the best way to describe it.
So, is a big question about the game. Is it going to be scary?
Is it gonna be scary?
Yeah.
That's the goal. Yeah, I hope so.
It's
We
gonna
want
be
it to be
intense.
scary.
It's going to be hopefully going to be quite intense. There's going to be a lot of kind of hide and seek elements as well. So yeah,
Oh, nice. So it's going to be one of them games where your heart's going to be pounding and he's going to be hunting for you. Whilst you're trying to find clues, he's looking for you.
yeah. I don't know if you want to go on a bit about how Nightwell works and even the butler, Corey, the two kind of enemies, the sort of main enemy and then the kind of side enemy sort of thing.
So, yeah. All right. So, kind of the way it works is Nightwell, essentially has y'all trapped down in the basement, and that's kind of where you start your match. And the goal is to escape the basement and then start spanning out and trying to search the mansion, the courtyard. It's a big 3-story mansion. Everywhere around, you'll run into locked doors or mechanisms that you gotta find different things for to try to unlock or bypass. And Nightwell is going to be hunting you essentially the whole time. So on the flip side, you have his butler, who's essentially just roaming the corridors with his cane, nice and slow. He doesn't really do much as of yet, but essentially he's a second set of eyes for Nightwell, so you got to watch out for the butler as well. There may be some other iterations we do in the future to kind of maybe spruce up what he can actually do, but until we start testing and things like that, it's gonna be hearsay. So it's to be determined on that front. So we really like to test, get feedback from the community, see what they like, they don't like, and kind of make adjustments and take steps in that direction based on that. So, but yeah, it's gonna be creepy, and you're gonna have to hide. We're talking about a holding breath mechanic. We want to really dive in depth and try to grow out our hiding mechanic to being more than just being, line of sight based. Something that's a little more intricate, more in depth, that's revolving around audio and noise and making too much sound. So there's a lot of that stuff that we want to incorporate in the future. We're not there yet though, but these are all part of the GDT and part of the plan. So yeah,
that's brilliant. So there's gonna be a bit like the game Escape the Are You Okay?
Mm-hmm.
They can hear you.
There's a game called They Can Hear You?
No. In the game Escape the Are You Okay? If you talk, he knows where you are.
Oh,
is that
so
the kind of element that you are adding?
Mic driven, that's something we pondered around in the past. That's not something that we're dead set on just yet. It would be nice to have a feature like that, but at least for this early iteration in our first demo and testing, that's probably going to be a little ways down the line. So probably post early access before we start rolling around and things like that. There's going to be a lot of things that are going to be coming post early access. The demo is going to be a very, very, very dumbed down version of a lot of the mechanics. But yeah, that's something we've talked about. What's another thing? Just proximity chat in general, something we've discussed. I know we have a lot of people that just use Discord when they're in groups, so it kind of... Again, we're just weighing out our pros and cons of a lot of things right now, whether or not it's worth putting in the development time, especially at this early of a stage, and what's more important.
Yeah.
So
it sounds like you guys have it set up for mental mind F.
That's the goal. We'd like to screw with people. We've discussed potential audio and visual things that say you got 6 players playing. All 6 of you are looking down a hallway, or all 4 of you are looking down the same hallway, and only one player visually sees something cross the hallway or hears something really close by, but nobody else does. So it causes a little bit of, did you hear that kind of situation? We want to toy around with some of those kind of ideas. Yeah. So
you sold me.
There's a few different things that we want to do. We got tools. We've talked about the tools we want to make for the game. So the detective style tools that each player can go choose a tool and essentially use it to, UV lamp, try to find blood stains and try to track like old footprints, and dusting for fingerprints with the dust and the talcum powder, the camera so you can take picture evidence when you find it. Just different stuff like that, different mechanical tools that we can use to bypass certain mechanical mechanisms and things like that. So, yeah.
That sounds actually really cool. That does sound cool.
We're wanting to do.
I like the idea of the proximity. Them kind of games make you nervous because you're like, I can't hear my team anymore.
You've got around about an hour to, or potentially an hour, isn't it, Corey, to finish your tasks, and then after that hour, like the time passes, the Nightwell becomes even more manic, and he'll just like constantly chase you. So you could take your time and chill and do that, but you've still got that time-based element as well. And if you don't do it in an hour, it's just going to become insane, sort of thing.
Yeah, and we've also toyed around with Nightwell having different phases that he'll transfer between different cycles that he'll transfer between the match as well, and it's kind of like a build up to this grand Nightwell kind of at the end of the match. Once the clock strikes midnight, then all hell breaks loose, and it's kind of almost impossible to avoid them at that point. So you're really trying to collect as much evidence as you can, and get out of the mansion before time runs out, essentially, because at that point it's gonna be nearly impossible to do anything without dying. So yeah, that's kind of basically it in a nutshell. I mean, there's obviously there's more detailed features and different things like that we have planned or we want to do or we've talked about. I mean, there's a lot. I mean, we're a small studio and none of us are full time with it, so at least not until we can get funding. So we do as much as we can with the time that we do have. So yeah.
How many do you have in the studio?
We are, I think, 8 now.
And obviously international.
Yes. So we got me and Hannah and Dave and Spidey are all in the States, and then we have Nick, Peter, Edwin,
And me.
and Moff, all international. And then we have oh, you know what? No, Caro is also in the States as well.
And we've got Hogan, who's up in Canada as well.
He's up in Canada, right? Yep, Nick.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like me, Edwin, and Pete are UK. Well, I'm Scotland. They're based down in England, and then have we got anybody out in Europe at the moment? Actually, like in.
Well,
I'm trying to think. I can't remember now. That's bad.
yeah. I think you, Peter, and Edwin are all what UK and Scotland.
UK based, yeah.
Yeah.
So.
Nice.
Awesome. So, Hannah, now that you're back, welcome. We're live.
Oh, sweet, amazing. I'm glad I've eaten my candy bar.
No worries. So do you want to just introduce yourself so everyone knows who you are?
Sure, yeah. My name is Hannah. I'm the 2D lead at FearFX2. I do all of the, working on the UI stuff, all of the 2D paintings, and most of the 2D paintings, and anything graphics related. I've been playing games for my whole life. My parents had like LAN parties when I was like 10 years old, so been around it forever. Really enjoying working in games in the indie world, and I'm excited to talk with everybody.
Yeah, Corey, I think we forgot to mention what we do.
Yeah, we bypassed
yeah, so
our
I-
whole intros.
So
Go ahead, Mo.
Yeah, so I'm social media and kind of customer engagement. So I'm the kind of person that'll probably approach you for whatever, podcasts, talking about fun, we're obviously working with Corey and that as well, but, reaching out to you for possibly funding or reviewing our stuff or just having a chat and getting our name out there. So I do all social media kind of customer engagement stuff. So
Awesome.
Man,
So how long has the
cool.
game been in the works?
oh, go ahead. It's been a few years. The original idea has been around. I kind of put the first idea together about 3 years ago. So, but it's been an ongoing process of team building and reiterating. Like I've remade the mansion probably like 3 or 4 times now.
Nice.
Crazy.
So
How many in the
Yeah.
team?
8 or 9. Well, 9 if the car.
Yeah, when I told Paul that I might have had your entire team on, he was like, really? The whole team? I was like,
Well,
yeah.
I do all the level design and 3D art essentially, aside from just like characters and things like that. But basically all 3D art and level design. That's all my wing of
and you
the game.
own IP as well.
Yeah, well, the studio does.
Yeah, sorry, FearFX. You are Fear. Well, the original. You founded FearFX. You and Dave.
But yeah, it's been an ongoing process. I mean, there's been devs in the past that started it with me that are no longer here, and then we moved on to other devs that came on, and I think we got a pretty solid team now. We just gotta hunker down and get her done, you know. So.
Cheers, Daz. Dickhead. Right. So, okay. Dread, do you want to ask any questions?
Oh, I thought had been asking questions. I was trying to sit back so I wasn't asking everything.
Sorry, I'm reading the comments now.
I should probably do that.
When you guys do your group meetings, how difficult is it for you, because you have to get everybody together, or you do like phases to try to keep everybody on task?
I mean, we stay pretty, like, we all have Discord and we're constantly on it, but we have meetings on Sundays, team meetings, and we essentially work in sprints. So right now our current sprint is getting everything needed for the demo done, so we can start testing with some people in Discord and start getting some feedback. So I mean, that's kind of how everything works as far as getting things organized and things like that. Our Discord channel's set up pretty well for meetings and stuff, so anytime I put a meeting up, everybody sees it. They go, RSVP for the meeting. And we'll put descriptors of what we're going to be discussing and things like that. So we use project management software as well, like Notion, and we were using ClickUp. I don't know if we're using it so much anymore. So yeah.
Do you guys have anybody? Because I know with what I do, I have friendly competition. Do you guys have anybody that you guys look at or look at you as friendly competitors, and not really frenemies, but as a competition of like, here's where we're at, and it's just on the outside?
No, I don't think we really know any other studios personally like that, to be honest with you. I mean, we look at a lot of other games and we're like, oh yeah, I want to be that good, So I mean, I don't know. We're not very competitive in that nature. We're just trying to have fun making video games, and that's the whole goal for us. That's our dream, to be game developers.
Well, it's always good to have the aspirations and working your way to it, which sounds like you guys are well orchestrated in developing this game, and I like the idea.
Thank you.
Like I said, mental mind Fs are my thing. And that's what I do when I scare people. I let them think I'm not real, and when they do, that's when I get them.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I mean, it's been fun though. I mean, it's any other game developer can tell you it's a long road, and it's mind-boggling at some points. Can be really, really tough, but we've stuck it out this long, so I don't think we're going anywhere.
Just noticed a good question in the chat there.
Yeah, I was just
Right,
about to say that.
yeah. Oh, sorry, yeah.
Do you want to go on, Muff, if you want to?
Yeah, I'll read it out. Yeah. So probably this is for you, Hannah. So with the 1940s aesthetics, what kind of style are you going for with the graphics for the game? So it might be a bit both, actually, Corey.
Yeah, it's probably a little bit of both. Yeah, I think that we're going just to generally put it pretty realistic. There's nothing very stylized that's going on with much of the characters. It's not. We're not going for the utmost of realism. Everything is realistic as we can possibly make it, but I feel like generally there's nothing stylized about it either. Corey, what do you think about like?
I'd say we're like in the semi-realistic, realistic kind of, for an indie studio, realistic. I guess you would say, like we're not like cutting edge either. So
is there any?
I would say.
Go on.
Sorry, I would say the decisions on design in terms of like what people are wearing and what the mansion looks like and what the town is going to look like, that's all accurate and in that way realistic. So like we're not we're making sure that we're staying true to the time and
Right.
to what really would exist and what people had the capability for and the way that people spoke and all those kinds of things.
Right. Yeah, and if you dig through our Twitter or our YouTube page, you can see plenty of examples of what the current graphical state is. Not the concept art that's concept art, but the actual like 3D model renders and things like that, and the in-game renders and stuff that we have up of different locations in the mansion. You can see. We have some video footage as well that you can check out.
Yeah, from what I've seen on your Twitter, guys, you've really put more work into it than I've seen in most AAAs. And that's what I love about indie horrors. They do so much more to their games compared to a company that has 30, 40, 50 people. And that's personally what I've started to notice. For example, one of the games that I played, when I started getting into indie games, it's because of my brother, Paul. And he said to me, indie games are probably one of the best things out there. You need to try them out. And I was like, nah. I didn't know what an indie game was. Like, I'm a teenager that didn't know what an indie game was. It was terrible. So as I got older, he started like educating me, I guess. You want to say that? And he still is to this day. And honestly, the kind of work you do, and I've seen, because I've been like tweeting it out as well and keeping up to date and talking to you in the Discord, and it is mind-blowing that you have put so much work in just a couple of years. It's mad.
We appreciate it.
I have to remind people, with this AAA, AA, quadruple A, all that stuff really came from indies. If you think about it, when games first started out, there was no such thing. They were basically indies, if not experiments. So to say an indie game is not good enough, if it wasn't for that, we wouldn't be where we are. And what happens here, think about it. You guys are the ones that take the risks on doing something. And then what happens? AAAs are like, you know what? That worked for them. And then they steal your ideas and put it into their AAAs. So if it wasn't for that, that's why, most of us that know better respect indies, and we want to see you guys flourish. We want to see everybody be creative and grow and become bigger. So that's the beauty of this stuff and sharing the hobby. You guys are not only sharing the hobby, you're building it for us, which is the best thing to do, and we get to experience your creation, your thoughts, the patterns that you wanted us to follow along that storyline, and then make our own off of that, depending on how the games are built and designed. So we have to recognize that and remember we all came from humble beginnings.
Yeah, I totally agree.
Yeah.
So we got some questions from some of the viewers. One's from Ryan actually, and he says, other than Clue and Cluedo, where else have you drawn inspirations from?
Let's see. I'm a big Friday the 13th fan. The movies, but the game in this particular. I liked Friday the 13th. That was fun. I liked the environment and the social aspect you had playing with friends and stuff. It just felt fun. Dead by Daylight also kind of accomplishes this as well, kind of at least the perspective I'm thinking of. There's a few others. I mean, I've been playing horror games for a long time, so it's not really any one specific, but I do like a lot of the mechanics that are starting to come out in a lot of these games. So
You've gotten inspiration from like movies and stuff like that as well. It's not always just games.
Yeah. There's like they were mentioning, like the original idea came from I wanted to make a whodunit kind of Clue-esque kind of vibe game, and right around the time I wrote that document was about the same time that Among Us came out. I'm like, okay, well, might have to switch it up a little bit. So we've altered course. Like, there's a lot of things that have been in the game and then taken out of the game. Like, originally it was going to be that you could play as the killer. the original game name was like Proteus or something like that.
I didn't
Working-
even know that, so there we go.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
the
didn't know
working
that
title.
either.
If you saw, like, I've got old cool stuff that I'll eventually release publicly once the game's like at least in early access or in a demo state of like some of the original mansion and original things, the original level and stuff where it all began and stuff. I got a little spot on my on our Discord that we work in that has all that kind of collected there for
I
historical
mean, the lore
reference.
as well is quite in depth as well, like what Peter's done. So influence from World War One. Sorry, there's quite a bit, about Mr. Nightwell's background. Yeah, there's quite a sort of that history around the 1940s. So it's not just gaming; it's movies,
Right.
history, lore.
Yep.
Yeah, there's lots of backstory. Going to be a lot of backstories and stuff like that as well. So.
Yeah, we also were able to pull from some real life historical events at that time that kind of had no named individuals involved that we were able to kind of fill some voids with and kind of put our own spin on things and kind of pull from some of that stuff, and some of the backstory and lore and all that. So there's a bunch of cool things. Peter's been doing a lot for the game.
Awesome. Is there any idea when you guys are expecting to have the demo out, or is there no deadline yet?
No, we initially were shooting for like a 2-month span, which would have been probably towards the end of this month, but we had to roll back due to some character system or locomotion system changes. So that's gonna push us back at least a couple of months before we go demo and start testing, probably more or less, more than likely. Month to 2 months, hopefully.
That's not too bad. I mean, it's better than like you saying 2 years.
Yeah, I feel that. Yep, for sure.
Awesome. Okay, Lucas, you're obsessed with horror. You got any questions?
No, just wanted to say that the whole thing you're talking about, the whole night world, that sounds amazing, especially now when, a few years ago when you're thinking about horror games, you're like, it's mostly single player experience. But now, thanks to Phasmophobia and all the games that came after this title, we have more and more multiplayer horror games that they don't only give you fun, they also can scare you. So your game sounds very, very cool.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Good to
And
hear.
we look forward to hearing more.
Well, we've watched a lot of these games that y'all are talking about release in the course of time that we've been working on this too. I followed a lot of them throughout their development, and then
It's going to be our turn next, Corey. It's our turn next. That's it.
Yeah, we're coming in hot.
On our way.
One of these days soon.
So, how much free time do you guys have to play?
Oh, like games?
Like to get into
To
those
play?
games that you're
Game
watching? come
developers
out?
don't
Yeah.
play games.
I barely
they
play
don't.
games anymore, and I used to
Yeah.
really.
We
I can't.
try to make time. Like we have like little down times, like where.
I
Like,
think I'm
like,
probably the only one that probably games the most out of these guys that are doing all the hard work in the background. So yeah,
Yeah, like we did.
Sea of Thieves every so often, a
Sea
little
of
while ago,
Thieves.
but it's been a while.
And then we did. What's that one that Dave likes with the dinosaurs?
Arc.
Ark.
and
And then,
Hunt Showdown.
Hunt Showdown. We did that a little bit. I love Hunt Showdown because that's all like right in my backyard in Louisiana. So, and then what else? We love the Forest. We're looking. That's it. That's a game I'm super amped for. Sons of the Forest. So yeah. And I mean, I don't know. I got like I think my Steam list is like 100 games on my Steam, and you'd be lucky to find one that's got more than like an hour of playtime in it.
Whereas
I
I'm
buy
like
'em,
that.
playing for 10 minutes and then get off. And anytime I start looking at other people's games, I just want to go work on mine.
I would say my guilty pleasure is gaming out with real life work and family and stuff. I play a lot of horror games. I'm a at the moment, I'm an ad hoc horror streamer, survival game streamer, because I'm just so busy with life and that at the moment. But yeah, I play a lot of survival games, so Scum, DayZ, Deadside. I'm really into survival games. I just like that whole aspect. I'm quite involved with Scum as well. I'll not big them up, but yeah, I work alongside the developers with some bug testing and just helping them with other stuff as well. So yeah, so I try to get my work done for FearFX, get it all programmed into the schedulers, and then I can get my free time to do my gaming and whatnot.
Yeah, and yeah, so for me, I work full time as a VR developer, and then when I'm not doing that, all my free time is spent still at the computer. So every night, usually up late as hell, and once I get off of work. But I also got 3 kids and the family, the wife, the kids, and so gotta make time for them too. So it's a lot of juggling over here at this household.
So, seeing that you guys are so busy and you can't play games, with the exception of maybe one, what other hobbies other than creating games and family and life? Is there any other hobbies that you look forward to maybe once a year or twice a year to kind
That's
of?
my that's my issue. I'm biting off a lot more than I can chew when it comes to hobbies and things I like to do.
Hunting season's just starting, so that's what I'm looking forward to. I leave for Missouri in a week.
Oh, cool. I didn't know that.
I don't know
I
if they
play-
have zombies up there.
Yeah, and me and my oldest daughter, she's 12. Me and her are obsessed with going to haunted houses, so we do that like every weekend, usually of October. This year we kind of took it slow. We went this past weekend, but I think we're gonna go hit another haunted house this upcoming weekend.
Yeah, and I do like photography. Been learning to play the banjo this year. I do a lot of hill walking. I live in Scotland. I've got quite a big sort of, I wouldn't say mountain range, but quite a big hill range at my back door. So you'll find me away up in the hills with the dog, just doing stuff like that. And just stuff for the kids. My girls are really into gaming. Me and my oldest were on and off. We've been doing a bit of content creating together, getting her used to being on the camera, and she absolutely loves it. She plays like Roblox, Minecraft and stuff, but just kind of teaching her some etiquettes about how to be safe in that environment, but also have a good time as well. So she's very academic, so she's just loves all things computing and gaming and whatnot. So we spend a lot of time doing that. So, and going on holidays, going to gigs, going to festivals, because I work in the events industry as well. So I get a lot of discounted tickets or free tickets to shows, to concerts and stuff. So
That's really cool.
That's actually
That's
a
nice.
pretty good way of getting into a concert faster. I'd use that, no problem. Okay, so you have merch on. I can see it, Corey. You're wearing a merch t-shirt, am I right?
No, I am not wearing a merch t-shirt. This is iteration 1 of the one and only Nightwell Manor t-shirt.
And will there be more?
We may do this the updated logo, the bloody logo, and it might do some kind of QR FearFX logo on one of the shoulders maybe. I don't know. We're still designing them.
It looks really good. It does look good.
So
I do like the actual logo itself. It's just so different. So much. It probably stands out.
that's all Hannah.
Nice one, Hannah.
Thank you.
Give you some credit, sorry.
It's all good.
So we've got some more questions. One from one of my co-hosts for the actual show has asked if what makes a horror game or movie successful. Now this is for everyone. Would you say it's the enemy, the atmosphere, or something else?
I think it's something else, really.
Well,
I mean-
I think it depends. A movie,
Well,
I feel like it's the story.
Hmm.
Game can also be the story. I think it just depends. Like our story is awesome, and certain movies have really good storylines. Why can't I get my zoom back up? Oh, it's all small. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It depends. Like, if it's a slasher flick, then obviously the gore and the pop scares are what make those. if it's something like what's that movie, Seven or something like that, like something that's got that detective-y noir kind of feel and just really dark horror, like, you know, it's the atmosphere, it's the story behind it.
There's a surprisingly wide spectrum when it comes to horror genre stuff because truly, like, what was it? I watched the most recent Halloween movie.
Oh, you want?
Or
Don't tell me.
it was so good. I really enjoyed it, and it wasn't like it knew exactly what it was. It wasn't extremely serious, but it was funny. It was kind of badass, and it scared you. But like I also really like those thriller horror type things where it's more psychological. It's more like what the hell's going on? Oh my God, this is really freaking me out, even though there's not really anything. It's like tension. That's also really cool. As long as you are going for something in whatever you're making and you accomplish that the way that you want to, I think that it makes it successful. And you have to have a taste for it too. Like some people really aren't into certain things like that. I think it depends a lot.
Yeah, me and my
Yeah.
oldest went and saw Smile just recently. That was pretty creepy.
Yeah,
See,
I've got,
I was just about to say, when it comes to kind of horror movies for me, I appreciate the kind of psychological horror ones, but I think I started my horror movie watching with probably stuff like I Spit on Your Grave, Straw Dogs, Cannibal Holocaust. So the kind of most shock value ones, the ones that could this happen in real life? Could this be a real, like Switchblade romance? That's kind of horrors I'm into, and to me that it's more about the enemy and that makes the movies about how they make make that the protagonist feel uncomfortable or what's going to happen next sort of thing, but also making you think, could that actually happen to me one day? Do you know what I mean? So that's the kind of sort of and kind of almost the same with horror games as well. I do like the psychological stuff more than the kind of story-driven horror games as well. So yeah, I think it's depends, like Corey says, everybody's got their own perspective on what makes
Yeah,
a
like
good
I
horror
love
movie.
I love A24 films. Those are
It's amazing movies from them. And about the question, I have a few words to say, but I was thinking maybe I should introduce myself because I think that most viewers are thinking, well, who the fuck is that silent guy?
we were actually just about to come to you, actually.
Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
sorry if I just.
It's alright. I was just sitting there going, right. Now
Okay,
that they
I can answer the question first if you want to.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, so in my opinion, about the successful horror games, it's mostly about the setting because no matter how good your game is, how good story can be, no one will find out about your title if people won't remember about the game. And what the first thing they remember is the setting, like Spanish Village or something like that. Maybe they can forget the name of your game, but they can say, you know what, I saw the trailer of that good game that is happening in space, in some asteroid or something like that. They will remember that thing. So in my opinion, about games, the setting is very, very important. If you have a very original, very unique and extraordinary setting, then it's half of success.
yeah, nah, good point.
Nice. What about you, Dread?
Well, it's always very unique to whatever the story is, the type of movie it is, or the game. Obviously, I like MineFs because I like to MineF people all the time when I'm out there. So I like that thrill of the suspense. Is it going to happen or isn't? And then you're like, no, I guess I overexcited myself over nothing. And then when you let your guard down, that's when it gets you. That's why a game like Fear was always my top one. Stuff like that always gets me because Alma just ran across. It wasn't always the same spot. So you're watching somebody else play, or you guys were talking and comparing notes, and it didn't happen at the same spot. You have games like Dead Space. Although I do like it, I don't call that a scary game. It's just aliens, space monsters, whoopie-doo. It's to me, it's not like that. But I also like to go back to the classics, which did do the MineFs in their own ways. The old black and whites from Universal Studios. Boris Karloff. You have the way that Bela Lugosi did his makeup and everything. You see all those details, and now you bring it to today where we use CGI, we use this and that, but we have a lot more goriness to it. But you have the slashers, and so the variety is there, which is great. It's sad to see when you do the Me Too's and you only do it halfway. You don't meet the expectations. There's been a lot of recent movies that are like that. They start leading you down a path, and then they forget about what they're doing. So that's why I like, some more of the 80s stuff that they did that. A lot of the 90s started bringing it back and going from there. But yeah, just definitely keep you second guessing as to what's going on will always reign supreme for me. That's when you think you know what it is, it's the opposite. That's like why one of the Scream movies back then did so well coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Lou?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What
sorry,
about you?
give me 2 seconds. See, with me, horror games for me, I like the scariest I can find. I've played some games that I'm like, yeah, I'm never returning to that game in my life. That people have literally said, please, I beg you. And I'm like, no, hell no. Never, ever again. Like, VR horror games are just something else. It's like a nightmare that you can't leave. One I can give you an example of is a game called Dreadpool. Now, that isn't an expensive game. It's like Amnesia. Right? It makes me now more nervous to play Amnesia. That's where it was technically the idea is from. And your aim is to explore this dungeon sort of map, like a maze. It's like a maze, like a labyrinth. And as you're exploring, you have to keep lighting your torch. It's like a lantern. The problem is you have things looking for you at the same time. Now in VR, that's horrible. With a controller, you can just pause that. VR, no, you can't. Can't even look down. Like, it's just, there's no way of escaping it. And that's one thing I love about some horror games, the idea of you can't escape until you've done what you're supposed to do. And that's what makes a horror game worse for me. The atmosphere, no music, makes me so nervous. Because it's like there's no sound, it's completely quiet, and all you hear is a noise like, you'll hear like noises such as... Been waiting to do this all night.
We should be scared because there is a silence now.
Yeah. It's gonna be a jump scare, guys. It's gonna be a jump scare.
Things like that freak me out.
You went to
If
black and
just
white.
Hear complete silence, and then you're like, where's the noise? And then suddenly you hear a bang, and you're like, yeah, fuck this, nope. There's a few like indie games I've played like that. But I always feel like the atmosphere, story. I love a good story, but sometimes you could play a horror game and there's no story, and it's like, the hell am I doing? And that makes your brain like try and kick in to guess the story, and that's the fun part. When there's no story, you're like, what is the point of this game?
Why does anything matter? Yeah.
Yeah, like, oh my god,
Right.
like, and the constant like jump scares and stuff like that. Me, I scream like a girl. I am the biggest pussy of my group. So that's why I would say the atmosphere really does affect you. Because if there's no sound, something's coming. And Labyrinth is like that. You've got no sound, and suddenly, as you're walking through, you'll hear a footstep, and you're like, oh shit.
Mm-hmm.
Where is that coming from? But yeah, that's what I would say. Atmosphere for me.
We do have a 4-part hedge maze as well in our courtyard in the back. So
Oh, that's gonna be fun.
So we do have a question. It kind of pulls us back a little bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Where'd it go? There it is. What game engine do you use, and is it constant learning with the tools you use?
UE5. We were on 4. We made the migration. We probably should have waited a little longer, but that's okay. We're working through the kinks. It's all parcel process. So, the 5.1 stable release or full release. I think we're gonna make our next upgrade. So, but yeah, I mean it's always constant learning. I mean I'm always trying to broaden my scope and things I'm capable of doing, just so I can better help the team with certain things. I know everybody's kind of on that same trajectory as well with their own personal endeavors and game development. So
Dave was actually just teaching me and Corey how to do some stuff with UMG, yeah, UI and inside of it, and that was really fun to learn. So, yeah, we're working on it.
Okay, speaking of engines, how many engines are you working in coincide with Unreal Engine 5?
how many engines?
How many engines?
Well, like different like
Like
physics
programs?
engine and programs, yeah. Like because I
Um,
know UE5 has a collective, but sometimes other people will use other things. So I'm just curious as to what
Oh, well,
all.
yeah, just in terms of software, I mean, I'm all Blender. I'm not really a 3DS or Maya guy. So I'm Blender, Substance Painter, um, Unreal Engine, and probably a few other softwares that I use occasionally from time to time.
So is this all self-taught or?
Um, here and there. Actually, I started just doing level design in UE4. And then I was with an indie studio when I first started that had no funding, but it had about 50 devs under a rev share contract.
Oh, wow.
It was broken up into like 5 or 6 different departments. So we had a writing department, a 3D department, a 2D department, the programmers department, and like one other one. And the guy that was over the 3D department, he broke off with me when that kind of deflated and wanted to work with me on that game idea I'd drawn up, which was Nightwell Manor. At the time it was something else. It was named something else. And he actually taught me. He had about 25-ish years of 3D modeling experience, and he taught me everything he knows from the ground up about 3D modeling. So I got taken under his wing and just got trained basically for about a year essentially. So
That's cool.
kinda
I didn't
where I
know that
learned.
that's where that all came from.
Mm-hmm.
I've been going to school for a long time. I even went to like a middle school that was for like artistic people, which was really strange. We had like 2 hours a day that we got to just like sit and work on our art projects and stuff. But I graduated with my degree in graphic design, which isn't entirely what I wanted or what was super related to games, but it was certainly super helpful in learning things like the Adobe softwares, Illustrator, Photoshop, all that stuff. So got a good baseline to work from, and then I learn more and more every time.
Yeah, we also use a lot of Adobe software as well. Getting our base models, and we're using like Reallusion Hub, so for like character models and things like that. A lot of our base models are starting. We're modeling all our own clothing and stuff like that, and then basically setting it up, weight painting it, and then doing all our animations and stuff using well, actually we were using an iClone or a character creator rig, and I think we're retargeting everything over to the UE5 skeleton, I believe now. I don't know, you'd have to talk to Nick. He's our character artist, and our character technical animator. But yeah, no, same here. I mean, I went back to school in my 20s. I did commercial flooring for 15 years, and I recently was fortunate enough to land a full-time position as a VR game dev. so got to get off my knees, no pun intended. Yeah, I went back to school in my 20s with 3 kids, my late 20s, and got my bachelor's in computer science. It was concentration in software engineering, and I don't program at all whatsoever. So it was a big waste of time and money.
Well, but you know it. That's the best part. So if you ever did want to in the future, you already know what you need to know. So it's a win-win, really.
Knowledge is still good.
Yeah.
Kinda, yeah. The programming knowledge did not really stick all that well, but I'd love to get into programming. I just don't have the extra time to really.
Yeah,
dig
I got
in.
to backtrack and give Stubbs Gaming his dues for that question that led us into all of this. So props to him for that good question.
Thank you,
Nice one,
Stubbs.
Stubbsy. Right. So before we jump on and say hello to Dave, and then we move on to Lucas and let him talk for a bit. Poor guy's been sitting there for hours. I want to just shout out everyone in the chat, because without them, the show would be quiet. We'd be talking to each other and no one else would be. This is our first live, by the way. We've never been live before. We've done so many episodes, but this is our first live. So,
Nice.
How do you feel with it?
I mean, I'm getting my ass completely ripped to pieces in the chat, but that's fine.
That's what chat's for. That's
Yeah.
what chat's for.
Yes, exactly.
Keep you motivated.
Yeah, that's right. I'll go off bat. I'll get Paul one.
Oh, is that your Negan bat?
Yeah, so
Yeah, a
Mask
Lucille.
Mayhem made this by hand.
Wow,
That's
cool.
good.
Believe it or not, that's not real barbed wire.
What is that?
So
He
he
made
twiddled
it
the
out
wood,
of
huh?
leather.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
That looks
Oh.
pretty good, like.
Spray paint?
I mean, it still does hurt, because I've dropped it on my foot a few times, and I've swung it around and hit my TV, the monitors, myself. Definitely, probably why I'll never be Negan. But anyway, Dave, you there?
Bubblegum, on a stick.
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Hey, Dave.
Hey, Dave.
Hi Dave.
Hello.
Welcome to the show.
Oh, thank you.
And do you want to just give us a little information on what you do for FearFX2?
Yeah, sure. So I am the lead programmer. I'm also the only programmer.
Wow.
I was saving that for Dave.
Oh, wow. Awesome. Okay, cool. Right, so as you can see, we have 2 spaces here that are empty. And unfortunately, we had 2 people drop out at last minute. One, unfortunately, isn't well, and he had no one to stand in for him. So that was First Horizon, who's working on the Nutcracker. If you know what, you can actually check it out. It's on Steam, and it is a lot of fun, and it is scary. I made sit down to game, have a near heart attack. My jump in was more scary than the game. So that was funny. And we were gonna have the CEO and creator of the new SCP Pandemic, and unfortunately, with the update coming out tomorrow, he had to pull out because, you know, he wouldn't have had the energy. So kudos to him. He's given us 10 SCP Pandemic codes to give away. So thank you so much, Aiden, and we will definitely get you on the show one day. Don't worry, you made up for it. You made up for it. So we're gonna move on now to Lucas. Lucas, tell us a bit about yourself and tell us about Feardemic Games.
Hi, my name is Łukasz Kostka, but it's easier to say Lucas. And I'm so sorry because I'm not an English native speaker. I'm from Poland, and please forgive me any mistakes I can make while being here in the show. Thank you very much for inviting me. And yeah, I'm a marketing director at Feardemic. Feardemic is a game publisher, well, from Poland, and we are the subsidiary. It is the right word, subsidiary company to Bluebird Team. So, you know, the guys from Layers of Fear, The Medium, and lately from the Silent Hill 2 remake that they're making. And I'm super happy that I finally can speak about it, because I knew about this project for like 1 year or something like that. And they're like, you cannot tell anybody about it. Now, finally, I can say that, yeah, they're working on it. And like I said, we are publishers. We are not making games. We are publishing them mostly on consoles, but on PCs as well. Maybe you heard about some of titles in our portfolio. We have Dark and Terror, Endless Night, Dark Fracture. We are very open in terms of horror games, because I think that the horror genre is amazing, because it's freedom, because everything can be a horror game. Like, in my opinion, I don't know, Bloodborne game is a horror game. It is. Or one of my favorite horror games of 2021 was Inscription. That was a freaking card game, and it was one of the best horror games of that year. So this genre gives so much freedom, and that's why we have games that telling various stories, have very different settings and very different mechanics. And oh my god, I just love my job, because that's why I'm speaking so much about it. It's a dream come true to work with so many talented developers and just publishing their horror titles.
Awesome. So
oh yeah, we need the horror racing game. I like the idea from Ryan.
I mean, wasn't there nearly one like part of the Sega driving one when like you were going through that map based on the what was that game when you shoot zombies?
House of the Dead.
That's the one. And
Yeah.
as you're driving through, there was a load of like, I saw jump scares. I don't know if anyone else did, but there was things that could grab you and stuff like that. I mean, that freaked me out. I didn't like that map. I never
Would
played
you not
that.
say Carmageddon was kind of horror-ish? If you ever, I don't know how old you guys are, but
More,
remember
yeah, gory.
Carmageddon?
More like a gory
Yeah,
kind of horror.
gory, yeah, kind of gore, horror gore sort of thing. Yeah.
Still, you can think about this title as a horror game. Yeah, this is what I was talking about. It's like when I'm speaking to people and I'm telling them that I'm working with horror games, they're like, "Oh, okay, so you're working with all those boring walking simulators with cheap jump scares," and I'm like, "No. There are so much more to it than that."
I think that's one thing I love about Feardemic. So if you guys check out, I'm going to put a clip of me playing. It's just a small little clip. I had to.
The one with Dark Fracture.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's.
This is your favourite one.
Yeah, my favorite.
So
was watching it every time
I
I'm going to
met
sleep.
Lucas last year. No, I didn't. I met him this year.
This year.
In March. Was it March?
It was
WASD. That's all I remember.
Yeah.
And I basically played the game Dark Fracture for him, and I landed up on the Twitter. I also made friends with Melinda, who Lucas knows as well, and they like my jump scares because I'm a pussy, literally. Every single part. So if you have a look on YouTube, I will put it up if I can find it. There we go, clips. So I can't lie to you, I got a bit more of a angry with his game. So I will play it and you can enjoy it. So here we go.
On YouTube.
No more jump scares. I can't handle it, my heart's up. All of the lights, all of the lights.
Channel
Put
could
the
be
back
sad.
on.
Is it playing?
Yeah.
I don't see.
Should locate my medication quickly.
We're in the chat.
I already had my medication. No, not in the chat. That's what I don't understand. I already had it.
On the
Why am I-
okay, there it is. Now it
why
is.
am I going
We're so
crazy?
far ahead.
Oh, I see.
Oh, yeah, so this is the Dark Fracture. This is a game made pretty much completely by one
Oh
guy
my
from
god,
Israel.
fucking hell. Oh shit.
No, Louis, that without the sound.
Wait, there's no
Doesn't have
sound.
that impact.
Oh
No.
no, It's definitely on the actual video. Something's not right.
Oh no,
I
no,
need my
okay,
meds.
sorry.
Yes, meds, please. That was the wrong clip, Lewis. You're such a bellend. Get out my fucking Okay, way. this is the one. This is the good way, one. please. This is the one I fucking hated.
Get away.
So bad.
That's a good section in the game. Is this the demo?
This is the demo because Dark Fracture has a free prologue on Steam that everybody can try it, and this is the thing.
No, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I didn't do that.
It went
It was
away.
me.
I'm watching now on
me.
YouTube.
Oh.
Is there something at the end of this room? I can't remember. I'm sitting my fucking self right now.
Where the hell am I?
I don't know. In the middle of nowhere. Somewhere. Look, don't touch me. Please don't touch me. No touchy. No touchy. No. No touchy. No touchy. No. No jump scare. No jump scare. No jump scare. Oh my god, no jump scare. Ah! Fuck.
It's so trippy hearing us talk again.
No jump scare. So yeah, that's Dark Fracture, and Dark Fracture was honestly, it's probably one game that I am waiting so long now for, because it is so scary. Like, I could not play it again. When Lucas asked me, could I play it again live, I was like, I don't want to play it again. Because I knew what. But even though I knew what was going to happen, I still shit myself, because it's so it messes with you. Like, it's psychological. If you don't take your pills, things happen, and it's like, where's my pills? Where's my pills? But you should definitely check it out. It is available on Steam and the demo. We definitely need the full release, Lucas, man. What are you doing?
Won't tell you anything right now. I have NDAs signed, etc. So, but you'll have to wait a little bit longer.
That's fine. Is there anything that you can tell us that's coming out that has been announced? Something that I spoke to you about?
Yeah, because we are like 3 days from our release on Switch. We are going to, on Thursday, we will launch the game called Body Simulator 1984. And I remember the day that the guy who's looking the games for us to publish came to me, and he was like, hey, I have a cool horror game. It's called Body Simulator. And I was like what? It doesn't sound like a horror game, and I didn't want it to even. But he was like, Lucas, go just check it out. And the game is awesome. The game is amazing, and it's scary on so many levels. It's the horror game that pretends that it's not a horror game, but when the true scary starts, then it's like, yeah, it's awesome. And we are, it already came out on PC last year, and yes, we are going to release it on this Thursday on Nintendo Switch. So yeah, go on and check it out.
Check out Mass Mayhem. He played it last night, and it was actually
yeah, because you have friends in Feardemic, and you got your key already.
Yeah, so he enjoyed it. He said it's
bastard.
really interesting. I can't lie, when you showed it to me, I was a bit like, this is scary. And then watching Paul play, I was like, yep, this is a horror, thank God I'm not playing it. But good news, I have a code. And Dread, I think you have a code for it as well, don't you?
Oh, I've been dropping codes here and there. I've been actually finding people in on Twitter and dropping it in their DMs. They are all random codes. They are not the horror ones. The horror ones we kept for the show for everybody to be here and stay here. And they are all Steam codes. So keep in mind, they're all Steam. And if your Twitter's not open, and I can't send it to you. So unfortunately, it's one of those things. But good luck, everyone.
Nice. So because of the fact that I thought, why not throw in one of Lucas's current games that has just been announced for the Switch, but for PC. So one of you lucky viewers will get to play Body Simulator 1984, and the best part is Lucas gets to choose who gets it.
Like from the someone from chat.
Yeah, you get to ask him a question soon, and you get to give it away. I'm
Like,
sorry.
I need to
these are all
ask
gonna
question.
have to
I need
do
to ask
this.
question,
Any
or
question
I just choose.
Any question you want, you can ask them any about. If these certain people know about Feardemics and they know about Bloober Team, you could ask them a question based around that. But if they get it wrong, they don't get the code.
I didn't think about it before, so I don't have the question ready.
No, we'll
now.
do it near the end. We'll do it near the end. And
We're
that's for
doing
everyone,
what?
by the way. Every single person here has to choose one viewer that they've seen that's been active, talking, asking questions and getting involved. They also have to be subbed. So unless they're subbed, no go.
Okay, maybe I have. If I understood correctly, your game you're proposing here.
Yep.
Correct me if I will be wrong. I would really like to give maybe to give a key to the guy called Ryan, actually, for his idea for a racing horror game. And I understand that now I need to ask a question, and if Ryan will answer properly, correctly, he will get a key. Okay. Yep. So I don't know, Ryan, if you're still there, but be ready. We are speaking about Feardemic, from where I'm working right now, and I told you that the company is from Poland. But could you tell me from which city in Poland Feardemic is?
Just give him some time to look up the answer.
He will just,
you're not let you
just
Google,
Google
it. Said yes.
I keep forgetting we're a bit we're behind. We're headed before they can.
That's right. We're ahead.
So we need to wait a minute. Wait, how far ahead are we?
We're probably
a surprising amount.
15, 20
minutes.
Minutes, yeah, no.
I was gonna say, what? That's why we were late,
got
guys.
Like 30 seconds to Google it.
That's the only reason we were late, because of the delay.
Yes, it's from Krakow. So the
okay,
Krakow,
Ryan, when we finish, I will be sending a code to your DMs, dude.
Yay!
Nice.
Jeez.
Oh wait, I just realised I can do this. Paul's gonna punch. Paul's gonna punch me for this, but you know I can't help myself. Where is it? Is it that one? No, it's not that one. Hang on, because this will work. So I think it's this one.
Are we supposed to come up with it? Ooh.
Yay!
Oh, there was a sound.
Sorry if I made you jump. I forgot your that's in your ears. I keep forgetting. Sorry. So Ryan won a code.
All right. So what I'm going to do here is we're going to change it up. So instead of waiting 20 seconds for one of the chat to answer, each one of you in the show will pick a name, and that's the person you will represent, and we will play Dreadpool's horror movie game. So Moff, if you want to pick somebody to represent,
you're gonna play another clip. You're fired, Lou. No, I wasn't gonna play another clip.
Do you know what? I'm gonna go with Ryan. I'm gonna pick him first because he's a cool kid. He's a cool kid.
From me.
No, you can have Ryan. There was I'll take sit down to game. There we go.
Okay.
Like
and then Lucas, you said you're gonna take Ryan.
Yeah, why not?
You're not gonna abandon him.
I'm gonna go with.
All right.
I'm not going to abandon you.
Hannah, who would you like to represent?
Lot perspective.
Daz, I guess. I don't know.
Daz, UK Dazers, okay.
Yeah. Did somebody pick the real shady unicorn yet?
Yeah, I'll pick that one.
Okay, I'm gonna do.
Daz, I'm sorry, you're not gonna win anything.
All right, who you got, Corey?
Sit down the game.
All right, he's already picked. Moff, where you got?
I've got him, Corey. Leave him be.
Stubbs.
Stubbs, all right. And Dave, are you playing? I see he's muted.
Sorry, playing what?
Dave's working.
Dave's working.
All right. Well, you're gonna pick somebody from the chat to represent, and if you get the question right, then they get the code. If you want to pass, we'll pass.
Let's see. Did sit down to game go?
Yeah.
Yes, twice already.
Sorry, Ryan, he's more popular than you now.
Let me see what else.
Mask Mayhem picked yet?
I mean,
He's not allowed.
he's a co-host.
Oh.
So I mean,
Oh,
does
just
he count?
kidding.
Can he count?
He's.
I mean, he's not on the show, but
That's true. That's true. Yeah, it doesn't count. So mask.
There's other people though.
So Hannah's got mask. That's fine.
Nice.
You pick
Zuko.
them.
I picked Daz already. I was just
Oh no,
trying
you
to
picked
suggest
that
for Dave.
Masuko.
That's right.
A little bit up.
Oh,
The game complainers.
okay.
What's-
He is chosen.
who
Who
did you
is?
He chose the game complainers.
Okay.
choose? Okay.
Great group of guys. They have their own little podcast too on Wednesdays. So, like almost everybody on here, Stubbs, UK Dazarus, obviously Mass Mayhem, LOD Perspective. Great people. Everybody's got their shows. Everybody's uniqueness in their own thing. So definitely check all those channels out. I always like to promote those people. And now Venomous.
Yo.
Luke, who do you pick?
Oh, I already chose Shady.
That's right, Shady. All right. So we're gonna go 5 cards, and the most, unless we have a tiebreaker, because we'll
gonna
just keep
lose.
going.
Stress
So-
begins.
The first 3, the first to collect 3, right?
Okay.
So we already did that one. All right. I actually did see this one in the chat, so
I'm gonna suck
this
at
might be
this.
easy. That's a
How are we going to do this? Do we just have to shout out?
Just shout out what you think it is. And it's a movie,
This is going to be carnage.
so this is gonna be great.
I
Paranormal?
don't even have like a vocabulary of the movies. Like, I don't
Also, it's not going to be like you go to every person. It's
If it
like
makes
we're
you
feel
shouting
better,
the
this is
answer.
Dread's
Free
game.
for all. It's
Buzzing
a
it.
free for all.
Before we
First
start,
person
this
that-
is
Oh
Dread's
no,
game. So
I'm so
Dread
bad at
has.
this.
So basically, Dread has codes, and I have codes. So this is just one game. Whereas,
so-
so his is doing the card one. I'm doing the quiz one.
All right, so I'm gonna start saying words that go with the game, or I'm sorry, with the movie.
Dread, who
And
did
like I
you
said-
pick?
Oh, I don't count. I'm the one that's doing this. I already know the answer, so I'm not doing it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that wouldn't make any sense.
Yeah, it wouldn't make any sense. All right, so the first clue is it was already put in the chat. Second clue, it's paranormal. Third
Poltergeist.
clue,
Paranormal activity.
Paranormal.
Poltergeist.
no.
Poltergeist.
Ghost.
Ghost. That's
Next
a
clue.
that's a horror movie.
Ghostbusters?
Inscription.
No.
I don't fucking know.
Next one, haunted.
The Poltergeist.
No, you're getting closer.
It's in the
The
chat.
Poltergeist
It was.
1984.
Conjuring?
I don't even know
There
what
you
year
go.
was that made.
Oh, nice.
Who got
What-
that one?
With Conjuring?
Yes,
Yeah,
Lucas.
that was me.
Okay, you got one. So that's the first one.
Ryan's
That was
winning.
really hard for me because you need to remember that all the movies from United States, we have our own titles for them here in Poland. Like they translated it, so I need to remember also the English title. Conjuring
Wow.
in Polish is obecność, so it's completely different word.
Not even try to pronounce that.
And you trumped everybody that's over here.
And you still won.
All right.
So Ryan wins a key, yeah? I understood.
No, you got to win. You got to win 2 more.
Oh, I thought it's easier.
No, we got to make it fun. We got to make it fun.
Okay,
So
okay.
Here's the next one. Halloween
Halloween.
Halloween.
anthology.
Wait, well, what was that said again?
Wait, so,
So
was
the
this
first word is Halloween.
That could be
The next one
everything.
is anthology. Next one is
Halloween.
Sam.
Sam?
Halloween. That movie. Halloween.
Halloween?
No.
Trick or treat.
There you go. Trick or treat.
Oh yeah, I was thinking that.
I was like, shit, I hate that film.
Well, they drop a reference to Sam Hain in the original Halloween. That's
All
what I
right.
said.
Yes. So you got robbery,
It's Ryan against Shady.
blind,
now.
and veteran.
Once again,
Wait, say again?
Oh.
What? What?
Oh
Robbery,
shit!
blind, and veteran. You guys actually
Oh.
mentioned it.
I
Don't
remember.
don't speak.
Oh, that's a song.
No,
Don't.
Don't breathe.
don't
Don't-
breathe. Yeah.
I've no clue.
Oh,
All
I
right,
actually
so-
might have known that one. Shit.
Well,
Those-
Corey actually said the full thing.
What?
Venom.
I thought it's don't
You
breathe.
just said speak.
No, so it's don't
No,
breathe.
I said don't speak.
Or
It
do you
was don't,
speak?
it was don't breathe.
All
so
right,
the
fine.
point for Corey, yeah.
I only knew that because
That's
I
what I'm
thought
saying.
veteran.
We'll give it to Corey.
Okay. I was on it. I knew what it was. I just couldn't think of the name.
Oh man. I
Okay.
nearly won. Sorry, Shady.
I've only seen that. I've only
right.
partially seen that movie.
First word. Durif. Doll. And
Child's
Chucky.
Play.
There you go.
That's the only horror film I'll watch with like.
I should already knew after Durif. It's like
Yeah.
it was amazing in it.
Okay. They don't watch a lot of them, and my wife's like, "Why are you passing up on that one?" All right. This is the one that my wife picked.
Okay.
She's mute today. Torture. Family. Cannibal.
The Hills Have Eyes.
There you go.
Oh man, I bet Shady won.
Such a good movie.
That's
That's like one of my
I bet you they know
faves.
this one too.
I won't
Okay.
even watch that. Never
Do you
in
know?
my
Do you know
life
that's
am I
based on?
watching that.
Do you know that's based off of Scottish
It's
folklore
become
as
very
well?
popular in the last
Is
few
it?
years.
That's
This one too?
definitely not.
Yeah.
done. Scotland.
So. So the whole.
I was gonna guess wrong turn.
Yeah, so the whole Hills Have Eye thing. Sonny Bean was actually a famous cannibal in Scotland, and the director took all that, the history of. So he was actually he lived in a set of caves near a city I lived in, and he befriended a butcher, and the butcher would befriend people in the local city and kill them and then take them up to the caves to. So Sonny Bean and his family could feed off them. So yeah, that's where the Hills Have Eyes come from. The movie.
I can't lie, that was harder than I thought it would be.
See, that's what makes it so creepy. And
Yeah.
it's based on reality.
It's a
All right,
fix.
last. All right, so here we go. Next one.
I wish.
Wolf.
Wolf.
Teen.
Teen
Teen
Wolf.
Wolf.
Sister.
Ew.
That would be too easy. It's not a horror either.
No, that's what I was gonna say. That my ex tried to make me watch that, and I said I am not watching this. That's as bad as Twilight.
I was
Wolf,
about to say Twilight.
Teen Sister.
I like.
It's
Twilight,
also a type of cookie in America.
what Twilight?
No, the name of this is a type of cookie.
Yeah,
The Gingerbread Man.
you're close.
Ginger
Snap.
Snap.
Oh,
There you
is
go.
that
Hannah
the
got
one?
it.
I don't even know what that is.
Who got that?
Ginger.
that right?
Hannah got it. Yeah.
Woo!
Dad,
I'm
you might
surprised
actually
she
win
got that
something.
one over you, Moth.
All right, here we go. Murder.
That's everything.
FBI.
That's everything.
Hannibal.
Hannibal
Yeah.
Lecter. Psycho. Oh fuck! I
Silence
don't
of
know.
the
It's
Lambs?
Silence of the
Silence
Lambs.
of the Lambs.
Lambs.
Why did I say Psycho?
I was like,
What was it?
Lambs.
What was
it's
the
Silence of the Lambs. Right?
Silence of the Lambs. So that was
Yeah.
Lucas.
Yeah,
Hello,
yeah. Silence of the
Clarice.
Lambs. Great game. No game, movie. Sorry, I wasn't.
Yeah, that really is a good
All right.
movie.
Hello, Clarice.
No, that's not in it anymore.
Shopping mall. Romero. Zombie.
Night of the Living Dead.
No.
No.
Evil Dead.
Down of the Living Dead. No.
Something.
Rise of
you're
the
on
Living
it.
Dead.
No, it's
Rise
the
of
other
the
one.
the
You
Dead.
said too much.
Living Dead.
No,
No,
it's
not enough.
It's something dead.
Rise of the
Dead.
Undead.
No,
No.
it's something. It's two
Rise of the
words.
Dead.
4 words.
For fuck's sake. I don't know. I've probably seen it as
Is
well.
it the
That's
one
what's
where they
annoying.
end at the boat dock?
Dawn
at
of the
end?
Dead.
Dawn of the Dead.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah.
Dawn of the
I don't
Dead.
even
Is
know
that
how
that
many
movie
points
where they
anyone's
ended
got. I've
they ended
completely
Ryan
the
was
lost.
trying to help.
Thanks, Ryan.
Chat. He's like, God damn, you guys are dumb.
Oh my god, you cheated. I don't count.
So
Like,
who,
here's
who
a
was
20-second head start.
who got that one? Was that No.
Wait, how many
Perfect.
points have we got? I'm lost.
We got 1,
Me
2,
too.
1, 1, 1, 1, 2.
Death of the dying, literally.
All right. Woods.
Blair Witch
Corner.
Project.
There you go.
The what? Huh?
Blair Witch Project is one of my
How the hell did you
favorite
guess
horror
that from that?
games one
should've been
of my
easy.
favorite horror movie in history. Like Blair Witch Project is amazing.
Brilliant. Good.
All right, Ryan. You're the lucky winner.
We're
Not
not winner
gonna
of chicken
lie,
dinner.
when Scary Movie made fun of
wait,
Blair Witch Project.
Wait. Ryan's the winner again.
Lucas, what did you think of the short film after? Did you ever have it on VHS? Blair Witch Project.
Sorry, you're talking about the next installments in the series, or about
No.
the other movie?
So when the
What the fuck?
Blair Witch Project, when they released it on VHS tape, they had the short after the film. Did you ever watch that? Horsehair.
No, unfortunately not. I heard
Have you
about
seen
this
it?
one, but
It's brilliant. Such a good
Yeah?
short. Yeah, you should
Okay.
definitely watch it.
I will check it out because I just like horror games. I'm still going to games,
Horror-
games and movies as well. That you're more not scared. You're disturbed about what's going on the screen. Like you have no idea what is the scary thing in it. And
Yeah.
Blair Witch Project is what you know. What when you look at this movie, like from the side perspective, nothing is happening in this movie. Like nothing. It's super boring, but there is something in it that really sticks to you, and you're just watching what's going on, and your imagination is starting to.
I think that
to
goes
work.
back to what I mentioned earlier about some of the video nasties that were actually could that actually happen to you? I think that the Blair Witch brought that into modern times, and it was almost like it was a creepy pasta. Do you know what I mean? People came out the cinema thinking, did that actually happen? And there was
Yeah, well,
loads
that was
of
the
stuff-
thing with Blair
Mhm.
Witch when it first came out. Is nobody really knew if it was a real thing or not, and
Yeah.
it was kind of it had that little bit of mysticism over, it, and that's what made it so scary. But I don't know, kind of like not
then
now.
after that
All
was
I think
boring.
about is the snot bubble, from Scary Movie.
But yeah, you should definitely watch Horsehair, Lucas. After the short after the film, it's like, yeah, it's interesting.
I will check it out. Yeah, thank you.
Take my strong hand.
Right,
Oh.
Dread. We do another one or?
We can do another one. We just want to do a little faster pace. The first one to get it.
Oh no, because it's gonna be fucking. What about the first two?
So I'm not playing right now because I already won a key for Ryan. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
That's fine. If you want to do
Pass.
it again.
Yeah,
Oh.
Brian's like, you bastard, you
Wife
motherfucker, you
wants
could have
to
won
start
again.
picking these out. Wife is gonna pick them out.
Alright then, Dread,
She's-
why don't you get involved then?
Tapping on my shoulder. Why don't I? What?
Why don't you get involved in this one? If your wife.
Because I'm standing here and I can see
Dave.
what's.
Dave
Talking.
actually won all the rounds. You just don't know.
Yeah,
Oh, I
he's
thought-
sitting there typing it in his head.
I thought Dave's not here, man. How much
Wait,
does he get that?
Did Dave choose someone?
Yeah,
You
Dave,
did.
Who did he choose?
Dave was that whisper we heard before everybody else.
This is the game complainers.
Oh well, sorry, game complainers.
Easy.
Should we all change our who we are representing as well? Make it interesting.
I'm gonna bring down Daz with me
We
here.
can change. We can change it up. We can keep the same, whichever.
I don't know if what was the guy who's sit down game probably doesn't want me anymore. So give me a thumbs up if you want me back. Sit.
So are we changing the person?
We can
Can do.
change it up.
Change it
Let's-
up, make it more interesting.
All right, I'm picking first, Ryan.
Okay. Hannah.
I don't wanna make. I'm just gonna make somebody lose. They're just definitely gonna lose.
Choose the game complainers. They could have won. 1 point might be better than 0. No
Alright,
offense, Dave.
Game complainers.
Yeah, it's
Sure.
Okay. Lucas.
Maybe sit down to game.
Okay. Muff.
I'm gonna go with Stubbs.
And then Lou.
Hang
Well,
on, are these,
actually, no.
are these
Can I-
PC
can I-
games?
sorry, can I change it? Can I
Yeah.
change
Yeah,
my
you-
personal choice?
Red,
I'm gonna go with if he's still here. I don't. Let me see the participants. I'm gonna go with William Altain, my good friend
Okay.
and gaming buddy.
Okay.
Can I switch mine from Ryan? I want Red Plague now that he said Moth's the worst.
Don't let mate, dude.
You don't want
Ryan.
Ryan now?
Don't listen to Red Plague. He thinks he's the best at gaming and all that, and he's in my gang, man. He's in my gang. He just thinks he's cool and stuff. Just ignore him.
Oh, so Louis, so Ryan is free now if you want to.
Ryan's
Who's,
free-
I wanna,
free trade.
I want to see who's
Wow.
There's not many to
Sorry,
choose
Ryan. You won one, and now nobody wants you. I don't know what to tell you, Ryan.
Well, that's enough.
from. He won't win with me. Do you know
Alright,
what?
so
I'm gonna go with. I don't do PC gaming anyway. Oh, Stubb says there's no point choosing him. He can't use a PC. Okay, I'll go with. I'll go with Dazzy.
Dazzy again. Okay.
He's gonna hate me. Watch, I'll lose, and he'll be like,
All right.
"Oh, you bastard."
All right. First, I guess we're gonna do what best of three or first. The first one to pop it.
Go on then. Yeah, go on then. Make it
Yeah, we'll do
interesting.
first one to guess. Hell. Cinnabite.
Hellraiser.
There you go.
I would never have guessed that. I don't even know
I
what that
said
is.
Hellraiser in my head and just wanted to
What that is.
wait in case I was blowing it too early.
It was too obvious, yeah.
Yeah,
we'll,
it
we'll,
says
Sorry,
Hell,
guys, I
I
didn't
instantly
even know what
thought
that was.
we'll
What's
keep going.
Hellraiser?
We'll keep
'Cause
going.
now I need
We'll do
to
the best
educate
out of
you.
three.
The dude
again.
with all the
Best
pins
of
coming
three.
out of his head. I don't
Oh,
think I've ever
Pinhead.
actually watched one.
Yeah, I've never
Slasher. Chainsaw.
Texas Chainsaw
Texas
Massacre.
Chainsaw Massacre. Yeah.
seen that. Wow, my brain's just stopped working.
think I
I
heard-
just that wasn't gonna be.
I was
I
just
think we're in
trying
the
to-
same league now.
I was
Could
trying
we
to just
just-
throw something out there quick and then Chainsaw.
Was that Lucas that said it first?
I don't know.
I mean, no, someone was
Was that
first, but
Moth
I
then?
didn't,
It was
didn't
me.
get if it was Moth
Okay,
or
Moth.
Cory.
Dude, you're-
Moth.
my brain stopped
You're
working.
not
Corey
knocking
said
them out of the park.
chainsaw.
I need to stop looking down as I read them and look up this because I'm like trying to go by voices. I already did this one.
Can
It
I do
wasn't
one?
as easy as you
One for a
thought.
hat trick here. One for a hat trick.
Yeah. All right. Murder. Tourist.
Hostel?
Terrorist, did you say?
Australia.
Europe? Oh, Australia.
Murder. Tourist.
Hostel.
Wolf Creek. Wolf Creek.
Wolf Creek.
Hostel.
Oh my god,
Am I
I'm
right?
too young for this
Am I
game
right?
now.
Yes, you're right.
Yes.
I'm too young for this game.
So Will, you get a code. All right.
I would never have guessed any of them ones.
So it's already like Moth pretty much destroyed us?
Moth destroyed everybody on this.
Oh my god, that was quick.
Yeah.
My brain didn't work. And like
Alright,
Dad said,
so-
Lou's too young for this game.
Moth, would you like to pick somebody else now? And we'll leave everybody
He
as
said
is?
Murder She Wrote.
What are we doing another one? Yeah, sorry.
Yeah, we'll do another one.
Oh,
Well, you
your
just
brain
pick
can't
somebody
stop now.
else.
You're representing me. Sorry, Daz.
I'm gonna go for my my fellow Goat Gang member Red Plague, even though he took the piss out.
He's already spoken for.
Oh,
yeah,
is
he's
he?
taken. You're gonna have to
Yeah.
wait till he's single.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Ryan since you all abandoned him at the start. So
Oh.
Ryan's getting his
Ryan.
life back.
Ryan, we're doing it. This is on.
All right, here we go. Wife's shuffling
Can-
through the cards.
Can we phone a friend?
My friends will
You
hate
can
me.
do it
right
fast.
Do we
enough.
have buzzers?
I have.
Jungle. Invisible.
Predator.
Predator! Ah, for fuck's sake, Lewis. Wait!
Damn, man.
My brain
I
stopped
was about to-
working. Wait, maybe
Who
it's...
said that one?
I was about to check
I'm
off
sorry.
that Kevin Bacon movie.
You're
who
gonna
got that
say
one first?
Kevin Bacon movies.
Yeah, y'all, you know the one where he goes invisible, Invisible Man, or
No, I've never
Yeah, I was
seen
gonna
that.
say.
I'm really young.
All right, so who said Predator? I wasn't looking again. Like, all right, Lucas.
Amy. If you're still watching, the kids ate all the good candy. I just want the Snickers.
Okay.
Nice, Ryan. What part of Scotland you from?
Transform.
Transformers.
Man. What?
What?
No, it's not horror.
Transform. Man. Goldblum.
Fly.
Nice.
What is that? I don't even know what that is.
What?
Daz, I'm
The
sucking
very,
at
very
this so
old,
bad.
like it's from 80s or even 70s movie.
Fly.
no.
You guys seen it where he turns into a fly after he shifts
Yeah.
over?
I suck at
All
this.
right.
Great, it's great movie. And it even won an Oscar for the makeup.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know why I thought that was a Steven Spielberg. I mean,
right.
Steven Spielberg.
And once again, it was very difficult because
Stephen
in Polish this movie came out with the title Mucha. So it's
Mucha?
Mucha. It's fly in Polish. So it's
Mucha, okay.
once again
No.
completely different word.
I've not seen the Exorcist.
Just yell out the
Daz.
Polish versions from here on out.
I'll be like, no, you're wrong. He's gonna be like, yeah, I'm right. All right, here we go. This one here should be an easy one. Hotel. Kubrick.
Hostel.
Here's Johnny.
Oh,
Shining.
The Shining.
Fuck.
Ah!
I'm not fast enough.
Damn. Another shutout. All right, sit down to game. I cannot send you the message on Twitter. If you follow me,
Aiden, go follow
I can.
Dread. What are you doing?
I
I can't believe you. You're shocking me already.
do
Terrible.
you follow?
Terrible, dude.
Oh,
Terrible.
Dreadpool, you might need to.
One of our team. What's
for-
wrong with you?
For William, you
Get
might need to
on
send
Twitter
me the
now,
key,
young
or
man.
I can
Oh,
hook you up on because he's not
Old
on Twitter.
man, young man.
Where's he at?
So you could probably hit him up on Discord, or I can send him the key or stuff. Cause he's,
I'll send you the key. I'll send
Yeah,
you the
cool.
key then.
yeah, I'll pop
And
over
then
to him.
just I trust your honesty.
Yeah, and no, I know William well.
Sit down to games will never see this key.
He's followed, by the way.
Okay, perfect. Let's see.
Sorry, Daz, I
So
suck at this.
Lucas, you want to pick somebody else now to represent?
William Altena.
He's already won one. Oh wait, no. Ryan's in there again. So we'll bring back William. Right back.
Okay.
That's not right. We need to bring him back.
Lucas
Okay.
is he's gamer. We all know him as Toriesta or Tor for short, so you can either call him William or Tor.
I might choose Paul. I'm going to choose Paul. Sorry, Paul, if I lose.
Oh, you gave up on Daz? You're gonna go to Paul?
Oh,
You
Daz
cannot
is not
change
good
the
luck.
game.
Sorry, Daz, you're not good luck.
Damn.
I've lost twice with
The
you.
problem is Daz, not you, apparently.
These are
I
all old
do
movies.
believe-
I chose someone young. No, Paul's not young.
If you want to play horror games and watch horror movies today, you need to know the story, not the history behind it. You need to watch some old classic.
Right, well, I need to
titles.
watch every film
should.
that was just announced.
All right, so here we go. Mother. Camp.
Mother.
Jason.
Friday the 13th.
Jason,
Fuck.
13, God, GG.
Jason 13th.
Jason freaking.
So
Oh my
who
god,
said
I
that
won
one?
one.
Louis was the
You
first
won
one.
one.
yeah?
Lou.
Yeah.
All right.
About time.
About time.
Mother.
Such a shame. You're running a show and you can't get any. You got one. All right, here we go. Mirror. Hook.
Black Mirror.
In that TV show.
Bees.
It's a show. What was the last thing you said?
Bees.
Candyman.
Oh, Candyman.
Yeah, there you go.
Yes. Come on, Ryan, we're gonna win this.
Cut it out for this.
Accident. Revenge. Hook.
Carrie.
Final Destination.
No.
No, that wouldn't be revenge, would it?
I know what you did last
No.
summer.
There you go, Corey.
Oh,
Oh,
I've seen that
nice.
one.
I like this one. I like this one.
I've seen that one.
Space. Chestbuster.
Alien.
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 Oh.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go, Hannah. On the board.
Yes! Go on.
Dave's been
Mosquitoes.
getting them all right.
King. Store.
Come again?
Mosquitoes.
Oh shit, Paul, I don't know this.
King. Store.
Mosquitoes King Store.
I don't know
The
this
movie
one.
about giant. Is it the giant mosquito movie?
Not
That's not a thing.
Oh.
Like,
that
this
one.
is not familiar at all.
Making shit up.
I only know it.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I'm
same.
keeping an eye on chat.
Don't give
I'm
it
trying to
away.
think of.
Ready.
It's
And
hard
it's
not to give it
cheating.
away.
The mist.
Military.
No, that don't count.
Mist?
Oh, the mist.
No, that's
There you go.
cheating. They get the answer got given to her.
Wait, the mist is mosquitoes?
Yeah, what
Yeah.
mosquitoes?
I thought it was mist.
Yeah, I thought it was mist.
Well, that cereal
Yeah, the mist.
sucks. No.
So there's mosquitoes in the mist?
So
Yeah.
it's the mosquitoes.
Remember where it breaks through the window and it's attacking them?
No, I've not seen it.
Mosquitoes.
Oh yeah, man.
All right.
That's so funny.
That was cool.
Yes.
That was a cool one.
Mist mosquitoes.
Fish. Lake. Dante.
Dante's Peak.
No?
Piranhas?
Yes.
Piranhas.
That's a horror film? I thought that was a gore film.
Yeah. Oh, it's a horror film. Piranhas is great.
It's considered a horror film.
People are
that
dying.
is-
It's a horror game. Horror movie.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's a horror
Blood,
game.
gore. Killer
top
fish.
10 top 10 worst horror films of our time.
Piranha's a great film.
No.
Scientist. Experiment.
The Blob.
Bandages.
The Invisible Man.
Frankenstein.
There you go.
The
Okay.
Invisible Man.
Why
There
did I
you
say
go, man.
Frankenstein?
Off at it.
Oh.
Oh, it's Frankenstein.
Ryan,
That's-
you won a
That's
second
Kevin
time.
Bacon. God damn it.
You wanted him, you have him.
That's it.
Bullshit.
That's it.
This is rigged.
Thank you for joining Dreadpool's movie mystery. Name that game or name that movie. So, I will get you your code to Ryan, or not, I'm sorry, not Ryan.
William.
To Moff.
Moff.
Yeah, William. Moff will get
Yep.
your code and he will pass it on to you. If not, kick his ass. And then Ryan, I will get you another code, and then that was it for the winners. Sit down to pee. No, sit down to game. I'm sorry.
What?
That's a pig.
Like it's the pee
I'll
break
be
or what?
right back, y'all. Be right
That,
back.
that has to be some game attack. That has to be some game attack.
Alright, so let's leave the giveaways for a bit, and let's move back on to talking about games. Yeah.
Yes.
That was fun. Nice one, Dread. I really enjoyed that.
Thank
I
you.
suck. Sorry, Daz. Sorry, Paul. Paul, I'm sorry, but I'm young. If it was horror games, I probably would have won that.
See, like I said, these are fun games. You have
I
to
can play
have.
Cards Against Humanity, but that's not really
Yeah.
scary unless you make it into something scary.
I could do trivia, just not only about horror games.
Yeah. So okay, so back to Lucas. Lucas, there's a game coming out that Feardemic announced way before the Buddy Simulator. Can you tell us what it is? Coming to
I mean,
consoles. It's on PC now, but it's coming to consoles, and you know I've been waiting for this.
You're talking about Remorse the List?
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. Remorse the List. It's great title because Remorse the List, and it's a game from the Hungarian developer, and it's a game that is and I lost the word in English. It's inspired by survival horror games from 2000s, like when there was a time between 2000 and 2010 when horror games started to take more and more from action genre. You got Dead Space, you get Fear, you get Resident Evil 4 that changed the way they're all presenting, and there was a niche for indie developers that were making games like Condemned, Criminal Origins, Cry of Fear, etc., etc. Mostly mods to Half-Life or something like that. And this guy made this Hungarian guy who's called Peter Ifyu, and he made a game called Grey. It was quite popular in that time. It was mod for Half-Life, if I remember correctly. And after all these years, he decided to make the game that will be honoring all those titles from that time. And Remorse the List is that kind of game. It's a shooter, but you don't have too many enemies there. You have very limited resources, and you have and I know that Luis will love it. You have shit tons of jump scares in this game.
It looks like Cry of Fear a little bit as well, which is quite cool.
Exactly. This is like someone. I know that this game it's not mainstream title, yeah, because you don't have too much action in it. But if someone likes all those shooting survival horrors from 2000s, I think they will love Remorse the List. It's already available on PC, and right now we are working on Nintendo Switch, Xbox, and PlayStation versions. Right now, as we speak, we are working on it.
Looks
Nice.
good.
Yeah,
I'm just
I
wishing
remember talking about it, and I was completely like zoned out watching the trailer, and Paul was like, "Well, Lou's being a fanboy, so we'll carry on the show while he's watching." Because you were just telling me all these games, and I was like, "Wish list, wish list, wish list, wish list."
There's
wish list.
so many going on right now. Like I have still some aces in my sleeves. Like there are so many games we want to announce on the beginning of the next year. So Luis, I think you'll be very pleased with what we are going to show.
And I'll be happy to stream and scream. Literally.
Stream and scream. Yeah, Rip and Terror, stream and scream. Okay. I will leave you for just 1 minute because I also need to take a short break, okay?
Yeah, no worries. I will interrogate the other two.
Oh god.
Uh-oh.
Okay, guys, so while I've got you on your own, alright, we're going to have a few questions that I've come up with. So we'll ask the other guys soon, but while we've got you two on your own, get your thinking caps on. I'm going to ask you right now, what's your favourite movie franchise?
Ooh. Let me think for a moment.
Franchise.
Sorry,
franchise-wise.
horror franchise. Before I confuse
Horror
you.
Oh.
franchise.
Yeah, sorry.
Alien, probably.
Okay.
I really like those movies.
Yeah.
I don't. Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
I'm with you, Hannah, but I'm also like the Evil Dead as well. You know, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go with Aliens as well. I know I'm not. I'm gonna go with the Evil Dead. I'm gonna go with the Evil Dead because you pick Aliens, but it's also I grew up with Aliens. It was one of the first kind of sci-fi horrors I seen as a very young kid. But yeah, the Evil Dead sort of series, sort of more comical horror.
I also really like Zombieland. There's only 2 movies of Zombieland, but the first one was so good. I know it's a comedy, but it's so hilarious. Loved it.
Cool. So okay. So Hannah, Alien. What was your favorite in the actual franchise of Alien?
My favorite movie? God, it's been so long.
Because there's so
I think
many.
yeah, isn't there like 6 of them? Isn't there something crazy like that, or is it less than that? I don't
plus,
remember.
I think there's also, I don't know if would you
Five.
count
There's
it as
Prometheus now. That was a prequel, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you also
Set in the
got-
universe of.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think you would you say that Alien versus Predator would count?
Well,
Uh-huh.
I mean, Alien
kind of,
versus
but then,
Predator.
but then it
Something
would also same with the Predator series as well.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, there's 6.
There are 6. Okay. Nice. Yeah, the first one is like that's the one that I remember the most. It's the most memorable one. So probably that one. I can't specifically even think about other things that happened. It was in the first one where she said, "Get away from her, you bitch," or was that a second one?
That was the first one.
That was the first one.
That was the first
yeah.
one? Okay, well then
Yeah.
definitely that one then. that was an
was too
iconic
new.
moment.
Yeah.
Welcome back.
I mean,
Laura.
can I jump? I mean, I would say Alien 2. I know I said Evil Dead, but just because I'm a big Aliens fan as well, and Predator. But Aliens 2, I liked the cast in that. I liked all the different characters. I liked the different alien, and that's when they introduced the Bull Alien, which was probably one of my favorite aliens. I used to collect all the figures as well when I was a kid. So, and I just think they really. The first one was all about more about isolation, about Ripley trying to get out of Sevastopol and stuff
Yeah.
like that. Whereas the second one, it was more about them, kind of trying to go after the aliens and eliminate them, sort of thing. And there was some really cool aliens introduced. So I liked them all, but the second one was good action, good characters and everything in that as well. You had Bishop, who ended up sort of sacrificing himself at the end, and it was just really cool film.
I actually named my like favorite of all time D&D character after Ripley.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm just realizing that now because it's been so long since I've thought about the movies.
That's nice. So you must have liked not new. It's not new. I won't say it's new. Kind of. What did you think of the games that we've had so far? So we've had Isolation, which was just unbelievable. We need another one like that. And you had the Fire Team. What did you think of that? Have you guys played it actually?
So
I
I
haven't-
played-
versus Predator.
I've played Isolation. I've not played. I really wasn't keen on Fireteam, but I'm probably again a bit more old school. And I was like, I loved Aliens versus Predator. I loved the Alien game on PlayStation 1 or on PC as well. But yeah, modern times it would have to be Isolation. That game was just nuts, man. That was like that, and I'm not a big fan of hide and seek games, and that's like I really don't like them. But that game blew my mind. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, really well done. And it was all based off of the first Alien film as well. They pretty much did like a carbon copy from the film into the game, which to me just melted my heart pretty much. Do you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
I will always remember Alien Isolation with the best jump scare I ever get, but that wasn't intended by the developers. I had the scene because in Alien Isolation you need to hide in lockers, and you just see from the you see what's going on outside. You need to not breathe, etc., etc. And I had the scene that I'm hiding in the locker, and I see this freaking alien going back and forth, and at some point he was very close to the locker. I stopped breathing as a character, and he kind of wanted to I would say turn around, but for some reason his big black head just go through the locker. Like I had the back from it, and I almost shit my pants because I didn't expect that. He was in the locker with me for a brief moment.
Wait, that's still in the
Somebody
game?
asked.
Sorry?
Is that still in the game?
Still in the
Is
game?
that
No,
still
it
in
was,
the game?
oh, the bug, the glitch.
no, I don't know.
It better not be.
It just happened once.
I don't want to.
I guess we're all gonna have to play it to find out.
Yeah, so you go first. I'll
Wait.
listen to what you say and then I'll play it after you, Dill.
Well, Evil Dead is one of the classics. You gotta admit that. But when I was younger, before Evil Dead, I was a fan of Nightmare on Elm Street. But it was always a good tie with Halloween. So unfortunately, it's like a three-way right there with all those. I mean, you guys picked some good ones too with Aliens, but ultimately, it's basically out of my city that I was born in. So I'm gonna go with Halloween.
Yeah,
Nice.
I'm a Michael Myers super fan. Same here.
I mean, shit. I just pulled that this weekend. I got caught when I was in the house walking back to my spot because I was following people. And I froze and just sat there. The guy got scared from my daughter because my daughter's 9 years old and scaring the crap out of people too. He backed away and looked back with his family screaming. And I just shot out to the side and they're like, holy crap, that was like Michael Myers because he was there. And they're like, who was there? So yeah, it was a great experience to be singled in and brought in with Michael.
So what is it? Haddonfield?
Yeah. Haddonfield.
Do they like around Halloween? Is there like all kind of stuff? Is like the actual house and everything there and all that stuff that they shot the movie in?
Just like any movie theater, they all base it on there. They'll bring it out to certain streets because you got to be out there for that. But a lot of that stuff is, back behind the scenes. So even though they film on locations, they're not always at that same location. So I can't be 100% sure. They have had so many movies, so I couldn't tell you. But I know it's based from where I'm from.
Right.
Corey, what's your favorite franchise?
Halloween, like by a long shot. Yeah. Yeah, I was supposed to go see. I ended up trading Halloween for Smile though, because I was really wanting to see Smile. So I'm probably gonna go see the new Halloween. So don't tell me about it. Halloween ends,
So it ends.
Or does it?
or does it?
Hmm.
Never does with old Michael. It can't kill
You
Michael,
never
but
know with this one.
he is getting old as shit. So I'm probably gonna have to kill him off some point soon.
Well, there's also multiple storylines, just like depending on which path you follow.
Yeah.
So
I personally liked when Rob Zombie took over the franchise for the two parts. Like that was way more graphic, way more edgy.
Hmm.
But then again, I like the original. And
Well-
but what was the guy's name at the truck stop? Joe Bear or something like that.
yeah.
How do you in the Rob Zombie one?
But at the same time, you got to remember the Shade was the Shade. There was no backstory. And with what Rob Zombie did, give him a backstory, which was cool. But at the same time, it was like you had that mixed. I like this because now I can see the other part of how he came to be, why. But at the same time, the Shade, there was
Right.
nothing.
Hmm.
Didn't need to have a
Yeah,
story.
I feel like Halloween's the only one that held strong throughout time. Like Friday the 13th got cheesy in the 80s. Freaking
He
Jason
upgraded.
goes Jason goes to Brooklyn or Jason goes to New York or whatever, and he
Then
boxes the guy on the
space.
roof.
And,
Yeah, like
It's a bit like Fast and Furious. They need to shut that down
yeah,
already.
and then him and Freddy got in a fight. It's like it just got cheesy.
Yeah.
And Halloween's the only one that held strong, I think, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah, when he went to New York, I was expecting him to be like, "Hey, have you seen Johnny?"
Yeah. Like I even liked Halloween H2O. That was a pretty good movie.
I liked it. Yet again, I look at movies just like games, just like anything else. If it's a trailer or any kind of production, I give it its own value. I don't sit there and look at it and say, "Oh, it wasn't good compared to this one. I wasn't good compared to that one." Yeah, we do that, but I try to give it its own representation as its score as to what I think. I never like giving numbers. If it's a game that I like or a movie that I like, however it is what it is, and that's what I base it off of. I don't base it off of the rest of the movies, and because then you get disappointed.
Right.
You look at a lot of these franchises that drift off, and it's, well, that's not the way it should be. Well, that's your vision,
Sure.
yeah, your
right
interpretation.
Yeah, I mean, it just depends on the movie. Like,
Yeah.
Like A24 films, I like a lot of their films, but I don't like all their films. Some of them are weird, and just more weird than scary.
But thanks to A24, we have movies from the guys like Ari Aster, for example. His Hereditary and Midsommar are like super weird movies, and I love
See,
them.
but Midsommar was good because they did they did really good with the CGI. Like when the old man jumps off the cliff, like that. But then you get to the end, and they're like the whole fire scene and stuff like that. It's just kind of weird. It's not really scary.
Yeah, because it's supposed to be weird. It's supposed to be disturbing. I don't know if that movie was about to be scary. It was more about to be disturbing. Like I'm watching it, and I know it's a very long, boring movie. But for the most of the time, I have no idea what's going to happen in the next scene. And
Like,
thanks to it, I just love it.
I loved Hereditary. Hereditary was great until the end.
It was too much.
Yeah, like I loved when the little girl's freaking head got taken off and all that shit. Like it was like whoa, like you were like getting, like it was shockingly real, And then you kind of get hit with the reality of what's really going on in the house, and it's just like wasn't all that scary. It's just kind of, So I don't know. It's hit and miss with me. Depends.
Cool.
What's some other good ones?
Awesome.
I don't know. I like some movies that aren't necessarily horror films. Like The Butterfly Effect was good.
Oh, it was a good one. Yeah.
But had some creepy stuff. What else? I liked Seven. That was a good detective, the noir, dark, edgy. Um, what's that movie with Jim Carrey? Was it Numbers or something like that?
Oh, number
And
20.
number 23.
Number
Yeah.
23. Like that was
I
a
like
cool
this one.
movie.
Yeah, yeah. I even had that obsession with this number for a short period of time after this movie. Like I was seeing it everywhere.
Right.
Awesome. So we've had everyone say. See, my favorite franchise was what I really got into horror. So I loved The Purge.
Yeah, the Purge was good. The
fact-
initial
the s-
Purge, yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
first
Really
one was.
It got a little crazy.
The second one got. I'd say the first one was more of a horror than the second,
Mhm.
personally, because it was like they don't know if this guy is safe. Like they don't know what's waiting for them. It was scary.
Mm.
And then the second one when they were outside and it's like different storylines. I just found it, it's funny because like I watched that film and then my sister said, "Should we go on a purge?" And I went, "Yeah, no, let's not. Let's not."
Yeah, there's another one. There's another movie that I usually rank up there in terms of scariness. It's with the girl and the guy, and they're stuck at the house, and there's a little bit of drama there. But anyway, somebody comes and knocks on the door in the middle of the night. They're way out at this like stay away cabin. Knocks on the door at the middle of the night. It's like 2, 3 a.m. Is blah 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 home? And they're like, no, they don't live here. What's that movie called? And like I think from like the trailer, she's like, "Why are you doing this? Because you were home." What's the name of that movie?
I know what you're talking about too.
Funny games? No.
Are we talking
No,
about?
no, this one.
We just
Are we
watched
talking-
it a little while ago. Again.
Strangers.
Strangers, yeah.
There you go. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Thank you,
Yeah,
Ryan.
Strangers.
Strangers, I think, does really well with like harnessing like the real world feel, and I think that's where a lot of the like for me, that's what does it is like something that really is harnessed in like reality.
Is that the
and
one where
feels
they
like
wear
it's
the
something
bags
that could
over their
happen
head?
Really, where I think they had something on
There
their
was
head,
two
yeah.
men, one woman.
Yes.
They're all wearing like overalls.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was a weird.
And
movie.
that is actually based. I
Sorry,
I was
The
told it was
Strangers,
based.
not Strangers. My bad.
Yeah. That was
But
actually
still.
based from some kind of real story, but then when I actually did some digging, it was actually based on the Sharon Tate and whatnot, Charles Manson murders.
Hmm.
A lot of people took inspiration from movies in the past from the Sharon Tate murders,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Charles Manson.
Awesome.
So yeah, stuff like that kind of dives in. It kind of brings you into the reality of things. It makes
Yeah.
it feel like it's something that could really happen. Like that's usually the shit that gets me on edge. That's what I like stuff that really scares me. It's hard to find that when you start getting older.
Well, it reminds me of a few years back. A friend of mine came into town, and they were renting one of the houses down the road from me. So I could pull up and I hear them partying out back. So I go out back, and they had a friend that came with them that had never met me before. And they're like, "Oh my God, can you play this prank for them?" And I'm jeans, black hoodie, and everything. All right, cool. And if you actually ever see me, you would know why it'd be scary. That's why the camera's broken. But I go around front and I'm knocking and I'm asking for where Jeff is. And the guy's like, "I don't know, no Jeff. I'm just here." And I acted like I pulled out a gun from behind me and just stormed in the door. The guy turned so white and ran. He couldn't even slam the door. He just took off running.
Oh.
And it was just the prank. And in the meantime, they're in the back. They're walking in through the back sliding door, laughing at him because he had no idea. He's in a strange place, and here's this guy with long beard, just asking for somebody, getting crazy eyed, and just like, okay, that's it, and then just breaks down the door. Didn't really break it. I just kicked it open from where he was holding it, and I was like, "Please, God, don't put a hole in the door in the wall." But yeah, so and they're falling on the floor laughing. He's like, "What's going on?" Still had no idea. I'm like, "They set me up, man. I didn't mean to do that to you." But I mean, seriously, something like that is so easy just for me to prank that somebody could do stuff like that. And that's why it makes it so realistic when you see stuff like that, that it does get to you. It does mentally, this could happen here. This could happen there. This scenario is plausible. It's just whether or not, you play safe enough.
Have you
you
guys
know
seen
Oh,
the
go
new
ahead.
Invisible Man?
Yeah,
That was a really
Yeah.
cool movie.
Yeah.
yeah,
It,
I like
it was
that one.
pushing the boundary of realism, but it was still like it's setting like if that was possible, then that is totally something that could happen, basically.
Mhm.
And it was just like
Well,
ooh.
One that really messes me up mentally is The Circle on, I think it was on Netflix. And it all takes place in one room, the entire movie. It's like 50 or 60 people standing on these little circles, and it's just
Heard very mixed reviews about it. I wanted to watch it because I
it's a
didn't.
total mind fuck.
Okay.
Yeah, it messes with you because you're just thinking like, what would I do in that situation the whole time,
Okay.
Like who's because everybody's just like you're voting people to die essentially, but
Mhm.
nobody knows who's voting for who because you can only see who you're voting for and nobody else can see who you're voting for, and you're forced, and everybody just tries to be like, we're not going to vote for a while, and
Mhm.
then eventually everybody just starts turning on each other, and it just shows like the human nature like crazy. It's a real mind fuck. It's cool. I like shit like that.
We should make it a reality show.
What was the
Yeah, right.
question? Sorry, I was away. I had to just get the dog
Just
outside.
horror movies and stuff like that, like what you like. And
General talk.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. I just like what you were saying there. You were talking about like what movies maybe affected you. I think I don't know if anyone's seen The Tunnel before. It's an Australian film, kind of Blair Witch style. There was
Like a found
jumps.
footage style, yeah?
Yeah, found
Okay.
footage, kind of, they were, so it's don't know if you've seen it. Briefly, it's about the news agency are investigating people living under in the sewers and the tunnels in Australia and Sydney, and there's the folklore or the rumours going about. There's a person called the Rat Man down there, and they go down, and there was one bit they find this bell and they ring it, and it's not even like a monster jump scare. It's just a bit of string whips out in front of them, and it's one of the only horror films where I actually shit my pants. Like,
The tunnel, yeah? I think I found it.
yeah, The Tunnel, really
Okay.
good. It's an independent Australian film, and yeah, found footage, kind of Blair Witch
Yeah.
style, and it was done really, really well.
Sounds
As
like
a-
something
as
for
a-
me.
As Above, So Below was pretty good.
I was just gonna say that. I was just gonna
Yeah.
say that. I
Mhm.
love that movie so much. One of my favorites.
A Train to Busan was a good one too.
Mm-hmm. Love that one too.
Okay, guys, so although I love talking about this subject for God knows how long, we got to obviously crack on. So, honestly, love all your views, brilliant. Lucas, we kind of didn't actually find out what you do for Feardemic.
I mean, I introduced it like a
Not to everyone, I mean on the live.
So okay, sorry. At Feardemic, I am a marketing director. So basically, I'm preparing all the marketing plans for each game individually, like what is the best moment to release it, what's the best way to promote it, and after preparing such marketing plan, I'm also responsible for for doing it. I have a team of people with which we are preparing all the necessary assets and all the other stuff. And I'm also, for example, I'm working on trailers for Feardemic. Like I'm not editing them because I have a editing guy for it, but I'm very often preparing scripts for trailers and going with ideas what is the best way to show the game. So yeah, I'm the most hated guy in industry, the marketing guy. Like no one likes marketing guys.
Lucas, can I ask you a quick question? If you
Yeah.
don't mind me asking. Yeah. So obviously, I've just recently found out about Feardemic through ASMA TV and numerous other streamers and horror communities that I'm involved in. What is your relationship to Blooper Team then? Do they fund you guys, or what's where does Blooper Team come into this? Because obviously they're probably, apart from the medium apologies, probably one of my favourite development teams. I mean, you know, like all the games are great, but Observer blew my mind. Like
Oh yeah, Observer was a good one. Yeah,
the
it's great.
remaster with Rugaher and everything, man. Like, honestly, I every time I finished a section of that game, I was like, "What the fuck just happened there?" Do you know what I mean? But what is your guys' relationship to Blooper Team? What's going on here?
I mean, it all started from them because Piotr Babiano, Peter is the CEO of Bloober Team. He really wanted to start not only making his own games, he also wanted to, you know, publish third-party titles, mostly horror games. But he decided one day that he doesn't want to do it as a Bloober Team. He decided to create completely new company called Feardemic. Feardemic exists from like 2018, something like that, but the beginnings were very, very tough. I'm working in Feardemic for like 1 year, so it's from 2021, and yeah, it's kind of, we are independent in terms what games we want to publish and how we want to promote them, but of course we still need to remember that we are the subsidiary. I hate that English word, subsidiary company of the Bloober Team. Like the money comes from them.
Cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that's cool.
And yeah, I
games are
need
you
to be
working
really
on?
careful. I need to be really careful because I know some about Bloober Team secrets, you know. So yeah.
Okay, so there's a few games that I know about, but no one else does. Ones that you can announce, don't worry. You recently, Feardemic recently shared one on their page to do with Terror Night. Tell us about it.
Terror Endless Night.
Yes.
Yeah, Terror Endless Night is completely different game because it's not a horror game per se. It's a strategy game where you play as a captain of a 19th century ship that's stuck in ice during the polar night, and your job is to survive as long as possible. So you don't have ghosts in there or monsters, but the true terror, like the title is, the true terror comes from other people that are going insane. Comes from the cold that just killing all those sailors. And yeah, Terror Endless Night is made by Unseen Silence, the guys from here, from Warsaw, from Poland. And not so long ago we had a demo on the Steam Game Festival, and for now the game, we're making some adjustments to it based on the feedback, and the game is waiting for its release. And this is another Terror Endless Night is another example that you can make quite horror-ish game about pretty much everything.
Mm-hmm. Awesome.
Best done.
Awesome. Okay, so is there anything else that you are working on that you can talk about other than Terror Endless Night and Remorseless and Dark Fracture?
Hey, I have to get going, y'all.
Oh, okay, Dave.
Dave,
Hi,
no!
I was only planning to be for like an hour, but
No worries, Dave.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you
gotta
for
get
dropping
back.
by.
Well, we know you won all those rounds secretly.
oh yeah, yep. Yeah,
You got your
playing is
participation trophy. We're good. Thank you for
I'll
coming.
send it through the post.
one. Thank you.
Later.
Well, yeah, have a
Hello,
good one,
Dave.
y'all.
Bye-bye.
Hello, Dave. Cheers for dropping by.
Yeah, what's up?
Is it going to be super rude from me that I forgot that he's here? I'm so sorry about this.
Well, he wasn't saying much.
But he was here
Is
in
he working?
spirit. That's fine.
Yes,
Do
yes,
you know what? He
was.
turned up, and that means a lot to us. So thank you so much, Dave, for turning up.
He's a busy
Even though
man.
you didn't speak, you're the lead programmer, so it was nice to know that at least. So thank you for jumping in. So we've had. Let's talk some controversies. How about that?
Let's do it.
Controversy.
So you've done your research on the games I told you about, right?
I have indeed, yes. I've got
Okay,
lots to
so
say.
there are two games. One that hasn't come out yet and one that's already come out. Right, now Lucas knows one because I spoke to him before. And funny enough, Lucas knows the creators of this game. Lucas, you
We're
want to
talking
tell us?
about Mortuary? No, it was Tormentor. I forgot the name, the title
that
right now.
The one you just said, that one.
Tormentor.
So, Yes, there is a game that's coming out now. It's bad that I want to play this because it is probably not something that looks good in the public eye. Does anyone know why it doesn't look good in the public eye?
What game?
Yeah. So there's Tormentor. So it's obviously to do with the whole torture and situation thing, which I'm going to sound really harsh here, but I found it quite comical because I've obviously played Condemned and Manhunt back in the day. Now, their games were really thought-provoking. I think Tormentor's I'm sorry, I think they're just trying too hard to be like these type of games, and
It's,
but I get
your
why,
opinion is...
I get why it's got that shock value and stuff like that. But there's I've watched some videos on it and stuff, and maybe it's just because I'm a sick bastard, but I really didn't find any shock value towards it compared to some other games on that sort of spectrum of horror. But yeah.
Okay.
What is
I'm
the
sorry.
controversial thing about it? It's just
So
really
you play
disturbing.
as a pretty much a serial killer that goes around you can like torture people and stuff like that around
So-
a prison.
Yeah.
Is that prison?
No, so
Yeah.
what it is you're insane, you're psychotic, and you don't want to be insane anymore. And there's a drug, but you need the money for this drug. And the problem is, to get that money, you have to do exactly what the people that are watching you and paying you to do says. Now,
Okay.
the trailer can trigger a few things that I'm not going to say because I don't like that word. But there is bits in the chat. If you pause it, you can read the chat of what they're asking them to do to the man in the chair.
I see.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have it up right
Now
now.
it's early access, like gameplay. Like it's not early development. Sorry, not early access. And obviously, a lot of the stuff like the blood and gore isn't all there yet. But what you saw was just a little bit of early development. Now, everyone's like, if that's what it looks like in early development, what the fuck's it gonna look like when it's finished? And that's what people wondering. Like, it's basically murder to murder.
Yeah, because it's generally a game made by the studio from Poland called Madman Studio. They are from the from the city of with a very tough name to pronounce. It's Bydgoszcz, and they are generally making controversial games. It's like their thing that they made an Agony title and Succubus, if I remember correctly right now. So
that's right.
you know, they're just going with all those. Sorry for being straight, blood, tits, etc., etc. That's their thing. And is it good? Not exactly. Like, I don't like that they're mostly making controversial games just for controversial, because it's if a controversy is a part of your game, then that's okay. We have a free speech. We can make the game or the movie or whatever about everything. But if you start creating art in this case, the game, and the first thing you're thinking, I want to make it so controversy, then I don't know if everything is okay with you, guy.
No.
I side with you on that, Lucas, after what I looked at. And like I said, you've got games like Manhunt and Condemned, but they were really good games. They had their place and time, and they've been and gone. Do you know what I mean? But the studios didn't continue, like you say, to try to be controversial or deliberately do that. But I can see that type of game being quite popular with the younger generation. And I say that the younger generation, I'm 37, okay? So I mean, like kids from probably 16 to 21, 22. I can see it being like, that'll be their kind of customer, do you know what I mean? I think it's not older generation or older people, or people who've got more experience in horror games. They might play it, but I don't think so. Certainly the people I know in the horror community, I think they'll just avoid that completely. So
Regardless of how horror graphic it is, if it's not fun to play, it ain't gonna matter. It's just gonna be
That's true.
one and done.
See, personally, when I looked at it, I saw Hostel and things like that, because it looked like it was like basically a torture simulator. You're running around and you're killing people in a graphic but very That's 2 months now.
sorry, I pushed it up.
There are two moths.
Oh, that's gonna. I'm gonna remove this one.
Sorry, I
No, not
pushed it back.
report to Zoom. Why would I want to report him to Zoom?
Yeah, I
Push
don't
the
know.
back
I
button.
just feel like, you know, if it's made for adults, then
Yeah,
What
I
the
think
hell,
the
like,
thing that triggered
Better
people
adults,
was
you
the
know?
fact
It
that
is what it is.
it
you don't
is-
like it, don't play it.
Yeah. I mean, me and Lucas spoke about this before. When he told me that he knew the creators, I was like, I gotta be good here. I'm live.
I just feel like no matter what anybody thinks, there's something like
But there's
But it's
movies
like
out
the
there that are
Lost
worse.
series as well, but-
trying to control that type of stuff. Like, there's no point because you're not fixing any kind of major thing. You're not.
Yeah.
There's crazy people out in the world, and
So
they're
do
gonna do
you
what they're gonna
believe
do.
that it should be
There's-
banned?
Also,
No,
games
absolutely
don't
not.
make people behave differently. That was the thing I like.
Oh, I hate that on the news.
I hate it. It was
Video
like, oh, they're
games
violent.
make
They're
you
shooting each
violent.
other. Oh, it's like, Jesus Christ. Can we get past that already? It's
Mhm.
like, truly the danger is not, there's no danger in like some kind of weird, disturbing game. It's not going to make people think it's okay because the whole point is, oh, I'm scared and uncomfortable, you know? Like, that's part of it. It's not like, oh, this is awesome. I want to do this, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah, we don't set we don't set rules. We don't make rules to cater to the minuscule events and proportionately that happen,
Exactly.
you know, in the world. You know, I don't know. It's just that's not the way you should construct society. I don't
Yeah.
think.
See, I
you were
think
saying about.
Go on.
Sorry,
No, go on,
you
go on,
were
go on.
saying about should it be banned? No, it shouldn't. No game or no art form should be banned. At the end of the day, it is a form of art. But it was the whole thing like the Lust series, and Twitch put like a ban on that. And if you were to stream, you know, Lust Beyond all that, you would be instantly banned because it had all that sexual kind of
And that's
Geiger sort of
understandable.
stuff. Well,
That's kind of
Well-
understandable though. Like, you don't need, like, you know, there's so many kids on Twitch and stuff.
yeah.
And
yeah, but then you've
But
got
then you look at it
we're
and
not
you've
even going to
got-
go
Kids
down
and
there,
horror.
Carl. But then you've got the just talk folk that sit in their with their you know bikinis and hot
Yeah.
tubs. And
Yeah.
stuff. Do you know what I mean?
This
It's
is-
exactly the same,
Twitch
but
Twitch
This
is
is
also
the other. Yeah.
Twitch is also a private company, so they can make their own rules. But when we're talking about setting rules for society as a whole, that's a different story.
Yeah, they can, but
Exactly.
it's still very, very, very funny for me that when we're talking about violent games with all the blood, guts, etc., etc., it's like okay. But when you show some nudity, it's suddenly it's a controversial. Like what's worse?
Yeah, you see,
neither-
in the U.S., when it comes to nudity and drinking, it's totally taboo for certain things. When the rest of the
Yeah, and
violence,
as a
and the
European
cussing,
guy, I don't understand that.
yeah, it took
Drugs
me
and
a while.
violence.
It took me a while going back and forth when I was younger, because I could drink when I was younger over in Europe, no age limit for us, a human right. And then you come here and they're like, you can't be here, and I'm like, I'm not even drinking. What are you talking about? You know, and
Yeah,
so
you can't be in
it's-
a bar.
Yeah, I mean, in the UK, you can drink at 18. If your parents let you, you can drink at 16.
Oh, I was drinking younger than that.
Oh,
Like I said, it's a human right. So, but yet again,
Okay.
I don't drink now. I was taught how to drink. It's just like people being taught how to be a human versus just let them run wild. And that's the whole thing. Is different areas do different things, and living in both Europe and in the Americas, I've experienced a lot of cultures, a lot of different realities that a lot of people are just secluded to, and that's usually what happens. Is people are so secluded to their own thing that they think that nobody else in the world does anything or can understand. And then when you do run into this, it's what throws off the confusion of, well, you shouldn't be doing this. Well, that's what you say. That's how you grew up. But yet you have people playing games and acting on them, which not really. I mean, how many people have acted on Ozzy Osbourne music?
Right.
You know what I mean? We're going to bite the bat off of heads. That was a gimmick, and it only actually truly happened once because
Right.
somebody actually threw one up there. There will be that one person that'll be the offset that proves everybody right. Oh my God, this is going to
And
happen.
in today's social media society, that one person is the loudest person in the room when that happens.
Exactly.
So everybody
Exactly.
thinks it's a bigger deal than it actually is. When in
There will,
reality,
there
the
will always
majority
be that person.
the
Okay.
It doesn't
majority
matter.
is never doing shit like that. So, I
So-
mean, it's just that's why I don't ever put too
Yeah.
much thought in a lot of that stuff, man. It's free world.
Yeah.
You know, if you were raised a certain way to do certain things a certain way, do your thing. You know.
So
As long
as
as you're not
a
hurting anybody, have a
Yeah.
good time.
that's the thing. Like,
Right.
people need to get this image out of their head that violence is caused because of video games and movies. Some people just ain't right in the head, and they do the
Head,
things because
yeah.
they want to do it, not because they're forced to do it. Like, oh, GTA told me to steal that guy's car. GTA told me to beat up the stripper. No, you did that
It's
because
just
you wanted
vice.
to do that. You're using it as an excuse.
Mm-hmm.
Right. It's personal responsibility, and nobody
Yeah.
likes to take it anymore.
Oh yeah.
Mass Mayhem UK asked a question. It's for the publishers and the developers. And he said, as a developer and publisher, would you say it is a no-go for you in a horror game without the main obvious that shall not be mentioned? Meaning, the word I will never use, I'm guessing.
Can you type
Starts
the
with
word
an
you were
R.
using? This.
I don't.
Starts
I'm
with an R-
lost. I don't.
Starts with an R, and I'm never saying it out loud.
Oh right.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you
Yeah,
think that if a game developer wanted that in a game, it is wrong? Honestly.
Racism?
No,
No.
the worst
No, no,
one.
no.
Starts with
I'm
four
gonna.
letters.
I'm gonna put it in the Zoom
Oh.
chat.
I know what you're
Got it.
saying.
Yeah,
That one.
No, I mean,
that still shows. That still shows. I think.
Oh.
Oh no! Don't.
I'm not saying. Look, the way I look at a lot of this stuff, and it's the way, like, sorry, I'm gonna have to get a little bit semi-political here, but I look at it from like a Milton Friedman kind of point of view. Like, the market sets the game,
Yeah.
and like, it's gonna fail if nobody's buying it. So
Yeah.
let it run its course and get out of the public sphere. You know, that's the way I look at all this stuff. The way I look at everything. Somebody wants to open a business and be stupid and not allow certain people in. Guess what? They're gonna go out of fucking business in a month, and they
Yeah.
won't be there anymore.
The same
You know,
as if
'cause
they were
everybody's
to
gonna
add
go to
this
the
into
place.
a game.
Right. Like, it's just that's the way I look at a lot of stuff. I mean, it's just
The interesting thing is, like, in a lot of shows, like, are you guys watching? Did you watch Game of Thrones, or are you watching?
Oh yeah,
the new-
yeah.
Like, it's pretty obviously depicted in multiple parts of that show, and like
Yeah.
that was never that big of a deal for people, and
yeah.
it wasn't.
Daenerys,
Yeah, and
I
it
think
was like,
it's more as the
Dragon.
times have gone on, it's gotten worse,
Mhm.
and that's the
And it-
problem.
and it depends. Like, if you make people so uncomfortable that they're not gonna watch something, then they're not gonna watch it. But I don't think that, like Corey said, I don't like people aren't gonna watch it then, and it doesn't, and then it's cool. You know what I mean? If as long as the actors aren't, suffering because of it,
Yeah, because
or
there
other
is some
people.
movies out there and that where actors
Mhm.
have actually suffered, needed mental health
Exactly.
help and
That
psychiatrists
shouldn't
after
happen.
their movie.
the
Yeah,
girl
that
that played
shouldn't
in the
happen.
girl that played in The Exorcist, the original Exorcist, she was fucked in the head for a while
Mhm.
after that.
But yeah,
Mhm.
Hannah pointed a very good thing that we are not afraid anymore to show it in movies or TV shows. So, what's the difference with games?
The way I
That's the
look at
question.
stuff like that with movies and games is, if there's somebody that's already messed up in the head, and then sees something like that,
Hmm.
that's a them problem. I mean, they don't need to be watching stuff like that if it's something that affects their psyche. Like, don't
Is
turn
it
it on.
anything you would say is a no-go though? Anything?
Is a what?
A
Is a
no-go.
no-go?
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, a lot of things are a no-go, but that's for what other people do. That's not my business.
Hmm.
That's the way I look at
It's
it.
all about personal
Yeah.
choice.
Yeah.
Like,
I
it's,
mean, I don't
it's
think
just-
I'd like a game if there was like a pedophilia and shit like that. That's
No,
That's
I
a
don't
good-
think
yeah.
anybody. I don't. That's the thing. I don't think
anybody-
anybody would like it, and then
Yeah.
it wouldn't get bought.
Yeah.
It would just sit on the shelves, and the
So-
few sick individuals in the world would be the only ones playing it.
Talking of a children's kind of game, but it's not a children's game. Do you know what I'm on about now?
Poppy Playtime?
Yes.
What the hell?
So
Oh,
that
God.
has been, people have been trying to get that banned, including parents, and they have been trying to get that banned. So that has been, people have been trying to get that banned, including parents, and they have been trying to get that banned. So that has been, people have been trying to get that banned, including parents, In the UK, my mum works in a school, and she told me, "What's this game that these kids are playing?" I went, "What game?" And she showed me. I went, "That's not a game for kids." She said, "But why are they toys?" I went, "Mum, it's a horror game about toys that were like experimented on and brought to life, but they have human features, like they are alive." I said, "Why is the kids playing this?" And she was like, "It's been banned in our school. It's horrible." I went,
Why were they playing it? Why were they playing it in school anyway? That's my
Well, yeah.
question. How,
They should be
how were
playing
they-
anything.
How are they
were
playing
able
any
to-
games at school?
How did they get past internet security with that? That's what I
Yeah.
want to know. But no,
Yeah, I see it come across my son's YouTube feed, my young son's YouTube feed, Poppy Playtime stuff.
Yeah,
and,
sorry,
like,
Paul. It
YouTubes that are
worked.
kind of around Poppy Playtime stuff, but I don't know. It all looks pretty stupid.
See,
anyway.
I honestly think like the developers and that they've had controversy with their channels in the past because they just started off as an indie and now they've got like loads of people working for them. But the fact that parents are trying to ban them because there was one kid who watched now this is created by someone else, not the creators of the game, where there's people out there that are so fucked in their head that they will turn something that's not that bad into something really bad. And there was a song, I'm not going to say because I'm not giving them no publicity, fuck them. They made a song based on Huggy Wuggy, saying that he wants to eat you, he wants to cuddle you and crush you. Kids were trying to jump out of windows thinking that he was coming for them.
Sorry.
Yeah, I remember that. I do
Yeah.
remember when that happened. Yeah.
I think.
See, that's fucked up. That's.
See,
But at the end of the day, if you're a parent and you're worried about that type of shit, then
Monitor your kids.
Take your kids' phones away. Like,
Yeah, that's-
lock that shit
that's
up,
the
like,
thing.
There are blocks. There are ways to do that.
There's we got media and stuff that these days that's just it's controlling and consuming our children. Like our kids never take their faces out of a screen anymore. It's always that's all it is. Never go outside. Never want to do that. Like I grew up, I was climbing trees and hunting, and I was always outside playing in the mud. You know, like
see, another
don't-
one of those cultural things. You're hunting. You were probably what, preteen, shooting a gun. I'm assuming, or a rifle.
yeah,
or
I
at
shot
least-
my first deer when I was 8.
Yeah, see, but that's yet again that's a cultural thing that a lot of people don't understand and freak out. But a lot of that is due to parenting. You know, when over here we're so used to guns that it's not a big deal. Where over other places it's like, you did what? You know, where I just reversed it before when I was talking about drinking. It was
Right.
just the opposite. You know, over here we're like, well, you can't drink, you know, when you're 18, but you can go to war, no problem. You know, so it's all about parenting, and that's the problem. A lot of them are not parenting. So whether you're playing a game or watching a movie or listening to songs, if you're not paying attention to your kid, that's the biggest thing. You know,
But,
my kid.
It's not the responsibility of the game developers or movie makers.
Right.
It's the responsibility of the parents.
Correct.
I think
Individuals.
what this is probably it's a bit weird me saying this because I first played Doom when I was 7 years old, but what I don't agree about the whole Poppy Playtime thing, again, not really a game I'm into, some good mechanics and that game looks lovely, but not my cup of tea, is the selling of the horror, like the toys and stuff like that. Again, a bit controversial for me to say because I collected Alien figures and I collected the Terminator figures when I was a kid, and maybe it's just I've got older and I've got kids and that now. I wouldn't really want my kid walking about with a Huggy Wuggy and
With massive teeth
adult-
and
Yeah,
my
I
kid
don't
has
know.
nothing.
explosion. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not gonna pretend that kids aren't impressionable. Kids are impressionable. Like, but
And
at the
I
same
know
time,
for example,
don't let
like,
your
you know,
like, don't let your kids play it. You know, like,
yeah,
that's
it.
that's it.
We've
It's,
had-
it's all common sense, you know what I mean? Don't, you know, if you don't want
Or-
if you don't want your kids to see it, don't let them see it or give them it.
Or like
whatever.
be honest with your kids. When I was younger, my parents were all about like teaching me stuff instead of just like not letting me see anything or being like, oh well, that's just I can't talk about that. Like we played Gears of War when I was like 10 years old or younger or something like that. There's dudes taking chainsaws and killing stuff, and like it was just there was an understanding between, oh, here we're watching this. By the way, this isn't real. This won't
Yeah.
happen. This is not gonna matter at all. And if I freaked out a little bit, my mom would be like, do not worry about it. Here, let me explain this to you. Maybe next time we won't do that. Maybe when you're a little bit older, you know? And so it's like, if there's kids that get scared and are trying to run away from stuff, all that takes, to be honest, is like you talk to your child and be like, hey, don't do that. Like, this isn't, nobody's gonna hurt you. There aren't monsters. They're not really gonna come after you. This is all a game, you know?
But I think, sorry, Hannah, if I could jump
No,
in there
go ahead.
quickly. I think, like, you know, obviously that's what we teach our girls, and they've been watching Stranger Things and that, and understand that. But I think, like, they know I play horror games. They've seen very briefly. They've seen it on a screen. But I think with the horror game side of things, I think even though you tell them it's not real, it's not reality, blah blah blah, you're a kid. Your imagination runs away
That's
with
true.
you.
Yeah.
And some of the horror games, I don't think I'd be wanting to my 8 or 9.
Some of them,
my
yeah.
9
Well,
you know, like some of the psychological horror games, and having the
Absolutely.
heads up with the jump scares and that. I reckon it would traumatize.
Y'all know that new
but-
vampire movie that just came out? The one where the girl is, it turns out that she gets invited to this house and she's related to this family of vampires. It just came out like a month ago.
No, I missed this
No.
one.
We rented that like a couple weeks back, dude. And, like the opening scene like has like the most gruesome like head falling off scene, dude. And I was sitting here developing, and there I got the big screen to the left, and the whole family's on the couch watching this, and then my son just jumps up and darts like panicked, like oh my god! It was so dramatic. And I had to go there. I'm like, dude, it's not real. It's just a movie. He's like, put her head.
It's funny to us being older and stuff like that, but then I think if you were to expose kids of that age to it a lot, I think you know, I think it could possibly develop.
I mean, there's a reason why
mental
kids
health
think
issues
there's-
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
you know.
there's
I
a
mean-
reason why kids think there's monsters under the bed when they're young.
I was exposed to all
Monsters
that.
in the closet.
My
Yeah,
mum
I was
used to use
exposed to
a
horror
horror
movies.
film to get me to go to bed
There
early.
used to be things back in the old days that had symbolic meaning
mean-
under it that parents would teach their kids because it kept them in check and keep them scared and stuff. Of doing certain things.
Because I mean, I was raised like that. My mom loved horror movies, so I always had that. You know, I was able to see all that. I was able to experience all that. But my parents didn't do like what I do with my daughter, with my wife. You know, we sit down and just like Hannah, you know, we talk to her. She's watched the Universal Classic Monsters before we actually gone on to other stuff. You know, and then we watch what game she plays. Now one of her favorite games is Dead Island. You know, and then she's like inviting friends to play it with her, and we're like, no. Play this with them because we don't know what their parents have explained to them and this and that. You know, she knows it's all fake. Yet again, she goes in our houses and scares the living crap out of people. So she knows a lot of the stuff is fake, you know, and there's still extremes that we don't let her watch. There's still certain movies that are a little bit more graphic, more violent, that we keep her from watching. So
Right.
as she's getting older, we're watching her development and deciding when to do that. A lot of people don't do that. Like I said, my parents didn't do that. I remember watching fetuses popping out of a console on you know, not a console, but like a spaceship console popping out and like that, and freaking out because I didn't know what that was at first. And basically it was just, you know, it was the alien that was coming out and attacking them through the ship. But, you know, stuff like that. It's just same thing with games. You know, if you
Yeah, I was
you're
like
not-
that with. Sorry, Jay, I was like that with The Shining. Yeah, like my parents were a bit relaxed like yours, but at the same time would judge as well. And I remember we watched The Shining, and I couldn't sleep for the whole night. I had all the lights on in the house. I had my mum pretty much in my bedroom. Do you know what I mean? Like, and I was maybe about 9 years old, and I properly, even my mum was calming me down and stuff. But
Oh, I
yeah,
Yeah, we
I didn't
watched
have
a
that
lot of
reaction. I
scary
had
movies
to
growing up.
run-
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was sleeping with my parents till I was like way older.
Yeah, I mean, and also I did live in the middle of nowhere, Dreadpool, like in the countryside. So after watching The Shining and going to bed, when the lights go off, the whole house is dark.
See,
Yeah.
Do you know,
yeah,
like
my dad, like, see, I was petrified of horror movies, but we still watched them because my dad used to fuck with us, me and my sister, when we were kids. He would go sneak out the back window of the house when we had a horror movie on, and he'd be outside smoking a cigarette, and we didn't know he was out there, and he'd come run up to the window in the middle of the night and start banging on the windows, trying to scare the shit out of us and stuff.
Awesome.
But now I love this shit. Like, I love horror stuff. I used to be petrified of it when I was a kid. Now I'm fine.
Alright guys,
Love
so we're gonna have some fun now, ready? So there is 3
Alright.
winners. Alright? So 2 of you ain't gonna win. So you wanna make sure you know your stuff. Are you ready? I need you to
Well,
pick.
I don't.
So we're not right, so this is what's gonna happen. You're gonna pick someone from the chat. Like Dread did. And I'm gonna give you the quiz.
I'm thinking Ryan.
You chose Ryan? Okay.
I'll pick Andrew.
Andrew?
I'll take Daz again.
Okay.
I'll take sit down.
Okay.
I'm gonna take Stubbs.
Okay, cool. Right. Are you ready for the Halloween
So
perspective quiz?
Is it like, are you asking like individual questions to individual people, or is it
Nope.
a shout out again?
You basically shout the answer out. There are bonus
Yeah.
points as well. And the best part is
Okay.
these are main prizes. These are big prizes. These are Xbox games, 1, and big PC games like collections. Like we have.
It's just trivia about them? Is that what you said?
No, not about the games that we're
Oh.
giving away. So we're giving away, and I'm going to tell you what we're going to give away.
Oh, you're giving away.
Okay.
Oh.
So, what we're going to give away, and we're going to give away the Fear Complete Collection on Steam. Yeah? We're going to give away Dead Island Definitive Edition.
Ooh.
And
My
Nice.
favorite game
we're
so
also
far.
going to give away the complete collection of Viscera Cleanup.
Nice.
Ready?
Looking up that last
As I'll ever be.
Okay. So, here it comes. First question. In the video game series Five Nights at Freddy's, who was William Afton?
Ooh, don't know. Never played it.
The guy who owned the place. I don't know.
I'll give you that. Anyone else? There is
Hey.
bonus quiz.
The
I don't
owner.
play. I don't play FNAF, so
I played it maybe once, long
Yeah.
time ago.
Right. So
I had it on my phone or something.
right. So the answers. Dredge, you want to give it a go, or
He was. I want to say the bear, mechanical bear, and the
Golden Freddy? Well done.
core.
Anything else?
I'm trying to remember, man. I think wasn't he like the bear? Was there like a rabbit or something? I can't remember, man. I can't.
Yeah.
Am I like way off?
Yeah, he was Springtrap. Alright, guys, so you could have said he was the purple guy.
Purple guy.
Okay.
He was
He-
the creator
I
of
was
the
way
The
off,
franchise.
mascot at Freddy's Fazbear's Pizza.
He was Golden Freddy. No, sorry, no, he wasn't. He was Springtrap, which is the bunny that ain't there no more. He was also the one who killed the 4 kids and put them in the main animatronics. And created the entire Fazbear entertainment system. He was the bad guy.
Those questions is going to be very difficult because they came from a very young guy.
That's fine. They're not all the same, don't worry. Okay, Finish this song. His name is... When he hugs you, he'll never stop. Your friend, he'll squeeze you until you pop.
Wasn't that what we were just talking about?
Poppy?
Woogie Woogie.
Woogie Woogie. Woogie Woogie was a bear.
Yes.
Did I get that right?
Yep. Huggy
Okay,
Wuggy.
good job.
Okay. Who created
Poppy.
the Playtime Co?
What?
What?
In Poppy Playtime, who created Playtime Co?
Oh,
I don't know.
I don't know.
You're all stumped on this, yeah?
Yep.
Elliot
Yeah.
Ludwig. Okay.
Okay, we believe you.
All right.
Who was the main mascot for Playtime Co. and what year were they made?
I don't know.
Chucky?
I've not played the game.
You've never
I don't know
played Poppy
anything
Playtime?
about it.
I've not played Poppy
Was-
Playtime, no.
Is it that big dude? The big blue dude with the lips and the teeth?
What, Huggy Wuggy?
Is that it?
Yeah.
Did I get it right again?
And he
I'm
was
glad I'm
made
giving
in,
you clues.
and
Yes!
and he
The
was-
best. I've totally played the game by the way. I've totally played the game.
and he was made in 1984.
Oh,
Okay.
so like me, I'm from 1994.
80.
84.
Oh no. Then not.
Name all 4 main animatronics in the Five Nights at Freddy's series.
Freddy Fazbear. Oh my god, no, I've just had a mind blank now. Springtime? Is that who you just mentioned? Springtime?
I know. I
Um,
know one of them.
Go on.
Oh wait, no.
Chica.
Yep.
Oh, what's the last one? I
Just
don't-
say Huggy Wuggy to every question, yeah.
Huggy
Good
Wuggy.
strategy. Good strategy. You have 50-50 chance. You
Yeah.
will get-
I've got 3 right, I think.
Yeah. You're winning.
I don't know
Yeah.
any of it.
I just know Roxy because that was one
No,
of the.
no,
Roxy?
that's
Oh,
a
yeah,
new
Roxy.
one. That's a new one.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
I
you're on
just know
about the
Roxy.
original. The
First one.
original. Yeah, so Freddy Fazbear, Chica, Spring person. That one.
Ring finger.
Ring person.
Yeah. Then, yeah. I don't know the last one. I can't think.
You
of
could
the
have
last
said Bonnie, Foxy,
one.
and Golden Freddy.
There we go. Bonnie and Foxy as well. Yeah.
Alright, guys.
Damn.
Name the newest horror survival coming out in December surrounding an evil locomotive.
Because it's the
Choo-choo.
protocol? No, sorry. Not this one. The Choo Choo Charles. Yeah. This
Choo
started.
Charles. That's it. Yeah.
Lucas
Yeah.
got
Oh
the point.
yeah, dude.
Mob
I do remember
started
seeing
it.
that.
So
Right.
it's-
Yeah, you got it though, dude. You got it. No, you got it.
No.
I know, 'cause I'd forgot.
He just
I'd
said choo
forgotten the
choo.
I just said choo choo. I couldn't remember the second.
Okay. And who is Choo Choo Charles based on?
Thomas Tank Engine.
Is that it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Right.
It's made by Gavin. Very cool guy. We had the chance to speak with him.
Yeah, he seems pretty nice. I watched a few interviews.
Nice. Alright. How many Five Nights at Freddy's series are there?
Official
Or
official
Amazing.
or
How many
or
games from the main?
Yeah, main
Yeah.
story.
5.
8.
Nope.
8.
Nope.
10?
It has to be 8 because I checked that before this show because I knew you were going to ask
10.
about it. I went to the Wikipedia and I was just looking at 8 games.
10.
I got it, mate.
No? 10?
10.
10. And I just randomly guessed that.
Yeah, it's 10.
that's a lot.
Huggy Wuggy and 10. That's going to be my.
There's 10 main, 3 spin-offs, and
Yeah?
2 in the
Oh,
works.
I asked if you talking about spin-offs. I thought you were talking only about the main, main installments.
7, 8.
No, you get a
9.
bonus point if you'd have said there's 3 spin-offs, or there's...
Ah, okay. I see.
I'm in
There's
the wiki
bonus
right
points.
here looking at it. It says there's 9 main, 1, 2, 3, 4,
10.
5 spin-offs, and then a fanverse. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It says 9, 5, and 5.
Fast and Furious of video games.
Do you know what? Everyone gets a point because I might have fucked up.
I've never played any of the Five Nights at
So you
Freddy's.
got a point now. You finally got a point.
You got a point just for participating, Corey.
Name the popular apocalypse show made from a comic.
Sorry, what was
Popular
that?
Popular
what?
what?
Apocalypse
show
show.
made from a comic.
Sandman?
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done,
Ooh,
Lucas.
Yes.
nice.
And you know what, Anna?
Wait.
You both said it, so it does still count. It's not first come. If you both have all said it at once, then you'd all get a point.
Oh, Walking Dead. I just said it.
No. You could have said
I'm trying,
Fear the
Andrew.
Walking
I'm
Dead.
trying.
You could have said Fear the Walking Dead, and you could have said the spin-offs that are in the works for bonus points. Okay, what is Venomous AK been afraid of since he was a baby?
Mirrors.
Clowns.
Dread got
Huggy
it.
Wuggy.
Dread got it.
Huggy Wuggy.
Dread got it. When I was a baby, I was petrified of Elmo.
Elmo.
That red motherfucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then.
We'll call him
hated
the
it.
red motherfucker from now
I,
on.
I was close when I said mirrors.
How many Simpsons Treehouse of Horror episodes has there been to date?
Oh, 36. No.
20.
No.
What the fuck?
Oh,
No,
32,
close.
34. 34 was a...
Hannah, what the fuck is your answer?
Yeah. Yeah. That'll be mine for every time. I don't know. What the fuck?
Huggy Wuggy.
Huggy Wuggy.
Ryan's winning on his own. He's got most of them right.
Is it 25?
Nope.
33.
32.
28.
17.
Maybe we'll get there.
27.
Right. We'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4,
33. Because last year was like 32, so this would be 33.
Ryan said 33. He has to be right. It's
Yes.
33.
Yes, 33. Well done. Did you look it up? I bet you looked it up.
No, we were just watching it.
It's November 2008. Alright. You and many around the world have just completed a certain campaign mode. But after the credits, you spawn in a house that day, history was made. What was the name of the game mode that you were forced to play?
Zombie mode. The zombies. Call of Duty.
Well done.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, in the original Resident Evil, there was a team of 5 people out in the dark. Alright?
So Resident Evil 1, yeah?
Yeah. Who got attacked by the zombie dog?
Oh.
I mean, depends on the character you play, because you can play as both as Chris Redfield and Jill Valentine.
No, it's,
And-
No,
it's on the
someone
cutscene.
dies.
Sorry, I
the
thought
cut-
No, I've got him. I've got
I
him
thought you were talking
written
about
down.
the.
I'll
You're
send
talking
you
about the
after.
first guy at the beginning in the movie clip, yeah?
movie. Oh,
Well,
the movie,
that-
not the actual.
No, the
original.
game.
No, the
but he's
intro,
on
the
about the
intro.
cuts. He's on about cutscene. No, I've got him. I typed them all up.
I can't remember Resident Evil 1. I remember the scenes from the opening.
Ryan,
sequence
shut
of
up.
Resident Evil 2.
Ryan, shut up.
It wasn't Wesker, was it?
No, dies.
Wesker,
Dies.
Should I just
Wesker
read-
can't die.
Oh
Joseph?
yeah, Ryan has right. It's Joseph because
Joseph.
she has that when he's dying in the intro, she's like Joseph.
What's his last
Oh,
name?
So it's very cringe.
You say his last
Yeah, I
name.
forgot
Whoever
about
says
it.
his last name gets another point. You say his last name, you get
Oh.
another point.
His last name
Joseph.
doesn't matter.
Smith.
Huggy
That's
Wuggy.
my guess.
Alright.
Huggy Wuggy. What the fuck?
What is the name of the newest Resident Evil game, and when did it come out?
Village?
2021.
2021.
Yeah, well done.
Was it Village?
Yeah, you got it right.
Yeah, it was. It was.
Yes, no.
Yeah,
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 you
yeah.
got
Yeah,
it.
Village.
Yes, you got it right. You got it right.
Oh, okay. Thanks. Yeah,
Right.
2021, 2019, 2020, something like that.
Just gonna say all the numbers, yeah.
Up in there.
Right. Next one. What real life location is Silent Hill based off?
Don't
Oh. Just
I
slipped
just
my mind
talking
out.
about this with my wife.
I was just reading an article about it the other day. Oh,
I should just ask her right now.
I can't actually stop you from doing that, and it doesn't technically.
No phoning friends.
It's in PA. I was just right around the corner from there too a couple years
What's
ago.
PA? What's
Right.
PA? What's PA?
Centralia.
Yeah, well done.
Pennsylvania.
Yeah, that,
Pennsylvania. Well done. Right. What's the newest Resident Evil movie called?
Resident
Extension?
Evil, Welcome to Raccoon City.
Oh, what? Yeah, that is right. Damn. Because I just watched that.
Okay.
I
True or
watched that in the
false?
plane.
Silent Hill was supposed to have fog on purpose.
False.
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 Who said false?
Everybody said false.
Everyone. Yeah, it was an
I
accident.
like that. I like the thing that Dreadpool he just cannot show his hand. Like, yeah, that was me.
Yeah.
he did get it right. He did get it right.
I got my thumb up.
That counts. In Fatal Frame, what do you use to capture and pacify spirits?
Camera.
Camera.
Camera. Yeah.
So, who said?
Never played it.
Mouth was first.
Okay. In Phasmophobia, what happens if you walk over to the door in the waiting lobby?
You wait forever.
The updated version.
No, the old one.
Was it a knock? Was it a knock on the door? Wasn't it? Was it a knock on the door? I'm trying to remember now. God, I've not played it.
I don't
No,
know.
pass.
I never
I've just
walked
had a
over to the
blank
door in
there.
the lobby. I just stayed by the screen, the sign or whatever. In the...
I'm trying to remember.
Did you hear a whisper or something?
Yep.
Oh, that's it. Yeah.
Whispered.
Hey.
Yeah, Hannah's a huge Phasmo player. Yeah.
Yep.
What creepy pasta?
There's only so
character-
many options here. Cause
Yeah.
was it a knock? Was it a
You're
whisper?
you're going to the door and you hear huggy huggy.
What?
Guys, I'm sorry, Lois, that I'm breaking it. Go and play further, but I really need to go right now. I
Okay,
have
pick
message
someone
and
that
I
you
need
wanna
to
give-
leave you now.
Buddy to.
Sorry.
Give. You got to tell me who you think deserves a game.
Well, I think I'm also about to pan out. I gotta go pick up one of the kids from school.
Alright, can you two choose someone in the viewers that you think deserve a game?
Like
Lucas,
right
no
now, we
offense,
need
you
to
wasn't
choose
winning
someone.
anyway,
Yeah,
so-
just pick a name.
Wait, did Ryan win yet?
He won once. yeah.
Ryan. Oh, okay.
No, he won
sit
twice.
down.
Pick
Sit
Jazz,
down.
because I'm not gonna win this.
Sit down, yeah.
Yeah, he won twice.
Oh, okay. Real shady unicorn.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Shady, I'll be sending you a message of a code, dude. Alright. So, Lucas, how about you? Who do you want to win?
UK Lazarus.
Yeah, cool.
Like, why not?
Dads, I'll be sending you a code, dude. Right, so it's just
Okay, guys.
you
So,
three.
I just wanted to say that I was super excited to be here, and it was great fun. Let's do it one more time, and it was just great to meet you here in this
Oh.
show.
Pleasure's
It's good to
ours.
meet you too.
Yeah, nice meeting
Always
you
a
too,
pleasure,
man.
my friend.
I'm gonna reach out to you, Lucas, as well. I'll get a chat with you on Twitter or something. Give you a message.
Sure,
All right?
sure. Why not? Go on. So, for some of them, some of you, I need to say have a nice day. For other people like me, because it's like 10 p.m. on my side, have a good night.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
Night,
so
man.
bye.
So,
All right, good night. Thank you.
Corey,
all right, y'all.
where can they find you?
Y'all can find us at FearFX2 on Twitter, FearFX2.com, or NightwellManor.com. Pretty sure that's the same for all of our socials. FearFX2,
On Instagram, it's FearFX Team.
FearFX Team.
But yep, everything else is right.
Well, after this
And,
quiz, guys,
yeah.
we'll be closing up anyway.
Yeah, be looking out. We'll be hopefully trying to test the demo soon. Anybody could jump in the Discord and come help us out. You're more than welcome.
Honestly, thank you guys for coming on. Like Corey, it's been awesome. Obviously, I'll talk to you more behind the scenes anyway,
Yeah.
because we'd like to get you.
Yeah,
on one
I
day.
had fun. This was great, and I love the Halloween time of year, so I'm more than happy to come back next Halloween and do this again as well.
All right, cool.
Count me in if you have some openings.
We'll have to compare notes on the haunted houses.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm about it. Yeah,
I'll save the
love
questions I
haunted
got
houses,
this
so.
year for next year, but the ones we haven't
Mm.
used.
Yeah, we could talk haunted houses next year.
Yeah, we can.
We can see pictures and stuff.
We really appreciate you guys' time. Also, it's been fun getting to know you guys, and
Yeah,
Yeah.
it has been good, and we will definitely be getting you on the show more.
been great.
Again.
Yeah.
So thank you
Well,
so
it was
much.
nice
Corey.
meeting you guys, and thanks for having me on the team. And we'll see y'all around soon.
Hi,
And
Corey.
talk to everyone again later.
See you later,
See you later, Corey.
Bye.
Bye.
Guys, you make
All
sure
right.
you go check out FearFX2, yeah? Honestly, I mean, they're amazing people. Why would you not? Right, so guys, do you want to carry on the quiz? You can
Yeah.
still win. Right,
And then me and you, Hannah, head to head.
and Dread.
I'm gonna lose.
I'm
Right.
still here.
Yeah, Dread's like,
Oh, it's Dreadpool as well.
Right, ready?
Yep.
What creepypasta character in German is known as the Tree Man?
Slenderman.
Well done! I did not think you'd get that. I know it sounds bad, but I did not think anyone would get that.
As soon as you said creepypasta,
Yeah.
I thought Slenderman. It's like the main
Yeah.
creepypasta.
In German, he's the Tree Man. They actually
Makes
believe
sense.
he's real. It's crazy. What would not work so well in Dead Space that would work in other horror games?
Does that have to do with gravity? I don't know how
No,
Dead
no.
Space works. Fuck.
So if something was coming at you in a game, what would you do that wouldn't work in Dead Space?
Wait, that
Heal up with glowing stuff on my back. I
No,
don't
to
know.
stop it, to stop the creature.
Shoot it with a gun.
No,
Because
no,
I know you. Because I know you've got guns on there, but like I mean, with gravity, bullets. Do you know what I mean? Like bullets would just shoot the gun, it would just float in the air. I don't know.
No.
I don't know the answer to the question.
Now that I see the answer, it's blatantly obvious.
And what is it?
oxygen?
No.
Yeah, there you
What
go.
would
Why
right,
is it-
Imagine every horror game, right? Yeah, with a gun.
Yeah.
What would you do in every horror game that you could physically kill, but if you did it in Dead Space, it wouldn't kill them?
I don't know. I don't
Say
know.
hello to my little friend.
They
I don't
recommend
know.
don't ever do this in Dead Space because it doesn't kill them. But in other games, it would kill them instantly.
Shoot him in the head.
Boom!
Oh.
Dread.
Oh yeah, you have to
I
dismember
just
them.
had to get to where you were going with that question.
Yeah.
Yeah, I might have wrote that like a moron. Okay, what spirit haunts Minecraft?
Oh,
Herobrine.
I should have known that. I couldn't think of it in time.
That I wouldn't have had that answer.
Listen,
What?
Hannah, Minecraft is ingrained in my brain. So
It used to be. I was like watching Herobrine videos and shit when I was younger. Like,
Whose voice is this?
are you gonna play it? What?
I can't hear.
I can't hear it.
I can't hear it.
Nope.
It's Venomous speaking quietly into the microphone. They can't pick up his voice.
Oh, for fuck's sake. See, Paul, this is what happens when you tell me to change shit on my stream. They reduce the sound.
Play.
Oh, Jigsaw. So, because I just is that right?
Yeah, hang on, I'll do it again. Blame Paul, it's his fault.
Yeah, it
It's
doesn't
okay
come
here.
through.
I want to play a game.
How do they know it's Jigsaw?
Because
What?
I do it a lot. I can do Jigsaw's voice. So,
Oh.
I said Jigsaw.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, I'll give you that.
Thank
Even
you.
though I'm gonna say who. Brian, you motherfucker. I knew you'd give it away. And Paul, you bastard. Okay. Alright, next one. What serial killer is obsessed with children?
Freddy Krueger.
Pennywise.
Thank you.
Ooh,
Nope.
neither of them.
Do you know what? I should have used that as the answer though. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Pennywise.
If you can guess what it would have. What? Do you know what? If you can. Who said Pennywise?
Me.
If you
No.
can guess the actual answer, I'll let you have 2 points. A serial killer that is obsessed with children.
Freddy Krueger.
No. Actually, it doesn't sound as good now.
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know
Hence,
actually.
hence why he became how he became.
No, he's not a paedophile.
I don't know.
No, that was only in the later movies.
I haven't seen any of them.
Tell me. I don't know who it is.
Chucky.
Oh, Chucky.
Ah,
I'll give you it. But Pennywise actually sounded better, so I'm gonna take that instead. Why did I not do it? That's my fault.
It's not it.
What does Dreadpool call his followers?
Oh,
Dread,
that's a
you
good
can't
one.
answer this. That's cheating.
I know. I was gonna say I can't answer this.
No, sorry.
Bonus points. Why?
Okay, I'm not gonna look at the chat because I'm just gonna get spoiled right away.
Don't know. I feel like we're getting tested here.
Yeah, I have no idea. I didn't look into any of this before.
Hence.
I'm sorry, I had to Google it. Dreadites. Is that right?
How did
Yeah,
you Google
that's
that?
right.
How did you Google that?
Well, I went on your Twitter.
Yeah, I was
Oh,
about
First thing that came up is like
Technically, I didn't
hashtag
say you
Dreadites.
couldn't check the Twitter. So.
Now, why are they called Dreadites?
Because you're called Dreadpool.
Yeah,
Boom.
That's part of it.
Is it to
I've
do
already
with
explained I'm a
Yeah.
fan of something.
Hellraiser? Cenobites? Dreadites? No.
No. One of the movies you picked.
That's like you might as well just tell me the answer at this rate.
See, Ryan even knows. And Ryan
Huggy
doesn't
Wuggy.
know me.
Huggy Wuggy.
Oh yeah.
Huggy Wuggy.
He's called Dreadites because he likes Huggy Wuggy.
That's it.
Why is the Evil Dead?
You lost the points. Because Evil Dead is one of my favorites, and
Even-
Deadites.
Deadites.
Oh.
Yeah.
Deadite.
Alright, how about this?
Right, that's good.
What do I call my fans?
Can I answer that?
Yeah, go on.
No. I'll let them. 10,
Wait, do you know it?
9, 8, 7, 6,
God
5.
damn.
4, 3, 2, 1. Symbiotes.
Well done.
There's nothing on his Twitter. There was nothing on your Twitter.
Yeah, it is.
I
If
can
you look
see-
in the bio, it says leader of the symbiote
damn, I was like-
family.
I was like panic scrolling there as well, so
Dickheads.
Oh, so I was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Next one. Who made Dark Fracture?
Who made what?
oh, it was an Israeli guy. I can't remember the developer's name. I would have to look that up because
What was that again? Dark what?
Fracture. Alright, you can look it up, but the first person to say it gets a point. Joe,
Twisted 2 Studio.
Ed Gein?
congrats.
Twisted 2 Studio. Yeah.
Okay.
Let's go with some serial killers. Ed Gein?
I got it right. I got it.
Did you? Okay.
Yep.
How many people made Dark Fracture?
1.
Wow, how did you know that?
Nice.
Yeah, that game
Yeah,
was made by one
I-
person.
Yep, solo dev.
What's the name of the main guy in Doom?
Oh,
Don't laugh.
Don't disappoint me, I've seen your background.
oh, I know.
Doom guy.
Doom guy. Yeah,
Doom
no,
guy.
I can never pronounce his second name
Oh,
because it's based off of Commander Keen.
Not gonna say it because I looked it up.
Who was the Texas Chainsaw Massacre Leatherface based on in real life?
Oh wait, are we on the next question?
She just fucking hung up on me. I'll be back. Dread, just talk to them for a minute.
All right. I guess I got it right.
Oh, did you? It's not Doom Guy. It's Flynn Taggart, and then there's then there's Stan Blazkov. I can never say it. It was the guy BJ. I can't say this on it. It's like
Bliskowitz. BJ
yeah,
Blazkowicz?
that's it. Yeah,
That's Wolfenstein.
that's Wolfenstein, but he was also like he was kind of in Doom as well. It was weird. Yeah. Anyway, we're not going to go into that. We're not going to start geeking out on Doom.
Well, we can do that.
Do you wanna?
Yeah, let's do it.
Sorry, Hannah. What do you want to geek out about?
It's okay.
What? Yeah. Talk about Doom if you want. What do you want to talk about Doom? Loads to talk about.
All right.
What do you want to start?
Now, when it came to Doom, I'd say that, I would say that would be the first. Well, it wasn't really the first. It was. It would have been Wolfenstein. Would have been the first, but with the shareable CDs, the shareable codes that you could do. Was there any when it came to that? Did you buy the game after you played it? The shareable versions.
So my kind of introduction to Doom, and I did speak about it very briefly earlier, was I was around at my dad's friend's house, and he was showing off his new PC at the time, so that would have been what 1995, something like that. Can't quite remember, yeah. And well, as a kid growing up, I only ever played it on his PC, like when I was round at his house. So it wasn't till later on, when I got PlayStation 1 that I got it on the PlayStation. And then obviously as I got a bit older, I got PCs and that, and I went back and revisited it with my stepdad. So collection wise, no, I've not collected. I've got some shareware. I've got this one, which is an unofficial kind of license. I think it was one that you could pick up in a library or something like that, or a newsagent's. So it's like a sealed version, and then it would then take you to the postal stuff. So if I was to buy the original sort of day one mail order sealed, you're looking at about £2,000-3,000 for a copy of that. So it's way out my budget, unfortunately. But growing up, no, I first bought Doom or played Doom or had Doom when it was PlayStation 1.
So you never really truly experienced the shareware back in the day, the shareware software.
Unfortunately, not, no, because my parents, didn't have PC. I grew up with consoles when I was a kid, because it was cheaper, than having a PC. So, I started off with the Spectrum ZX, if anybody knows what that is, and then I was on the Atari, and then I went over to Sega. So yeah, I didn't really. The only experience I've got of it, true experience of it, was going around my dad's friend's house, who was showing off his new PC, and he had Doom. He'd ordered Doom.
All right, now that Hannah's chowing down, I'm going to ask her to speak with her mouth full. What was your game coming into gaming? Not really your first game, but like the game that brought you into the gaming world to start playing video games and getting into the hobby.
Wow, that's really hard.
I gave you enough time to finish up.
Yeah. I think that really got me into it.
Yeah.
Skyrim?
That got you hooked. Skyrim?
Probably Skyrim. Yeah.
On what?
I played it on the PlayStation because that was what I bought. I bought like a used version, and it was on PlayStation, but I always played everything else on Xbox. Yeah, Skyrim really was like, that's I think what got me into, like, when I was old enough to really care and to like make my own decisions about what I was playing and doing. Skyrim was the catalyst for that. But more recently, I got into esports, and Overwatch got me into esports. But And that was kind of like that was like I met all my friends through that. So kind of one when I was younger and one now.
All right, so I learned this from one of my ex co-hosts from Game Beyond the Box. When we were doing creator features, we would interview people. So I'm going to use his questioning here, as and you can both take your turns answering. As creators and people in the industry, what would you suggest or give advice to anybody that's looking to follow in your footsteps?
I kind of don't. I don't know how qualified I am to give advice.
But you're here.
Yeah.
You should have. You're qualified. You're more than qualified. You have your lifelong experience.
My 22 years.
That's still enough.
Yeah. I would say don't wait to start because you'll never actually think that you're ready. You have to start at one point. If you keep saying, "Oh, well, I'm not good enough yet." And then a year later, you'll be like, wow, I was so shitty before. I'm not good enough yet. And then a year later, it's just going to happen over and over again. At some point, you have to start making something and putting it out there, letting people see it, and then improving from there. But that's what I'd say, probably.
I think mine would just be plain simple and have fun, enjoy what you do. There's no point being in something that you don't like at the end of the day. That's an ethos I've taken all the way through my life with my real life job. Well, I know this is as well, but like my main job, I've been in jobs I really didn't want to be in and left them because at the end of the day I wasn't happy. So enjoy it. That's it. Have fun and also don't rush it as well. Do you know what I mean? Take your time and gain that experience and. Yeah, just learn from your mistakes. That's always a good one your parents tell you, and it's something you're always going to make mistakes, So yeah, but just have fun, enjoy yourself, enjoy what you do.
Both excellent answers.
I'm back now. Sorry.
Ready?
We've got 2 more questions, and then we're done. Then we
Okay.
pick a winner. Okay. Name
All right,
the
let's
one
go.
that looks like he's screaming.
Sorry, I missed
Name
that.
the
The one who
that
looks-
looks like he's screaming.
Ghostface.
Fuck! Why did I know that? I should know that.
Did anyone answer the question about Leatherface?
No, but it's Leatherface.
Yeah, but who is he based
Chili.
on?
Freddy
Didn't I
Krueger.
just say that earlier?
You said who?
Ed Gein?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, last question. What's the name of this bat?
Lucille. I said it in the beginning of it. I knew it. Yes.
Alright, cool. Right, because there was supposed to be 3 winners, I'm going to let you all choose someone in the chat that gets one of these games.
But who actually won? Who actually won the quiz?
You did. You won by
Mom's
17
like,
points. 17 out of 31 you got.
Oh wow, I'll take that. Do you know? It reminds me of.
Hannah, you won
No, it doesn't matter,
7.
Let's go.
And Dread, you were close to winning as well.
That's a victory in my part.
Oh, wow,
What
I
I
got 13.
answered, but 2
I got
questions, right?
Yeah. To be
Nice.
fair, I asked questions that I knew the answer to, so my bad. So thank you for playing that the
That's
quiz.
so fun.
Okay,
I love
so
those types of
the
things.
winner, we'll go in order. So main prize, pick one. Pick a prize that you want to give away.
Who, me?
Prize.
Yeah.
Oh. So it was. Yeah. What
Fear
was that other
Collection,
game? I wanted. It was the
Hysteria.
last game. I was trying to look up the last game, just to see what it looked like.
The last game.
Yeah. So you had the. What was it again?
The one that I played?
There was the 3 games you're giving away, or the 3 bundles. What was it?
Oh, you got the Fear Collection. Yeah.
Not the Fear. Not the other one. It was the last one.
Dead.
You're giving this
Dead
away to
Island.
somebody in chat, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dead Island. Definitive Edition on Xbox.
Not that one.
The Visceral Cleanup.
The Visceral Cleanup. Can I look that up quickly?
Yeah, of course you can.
Do I get to pick somebody?
Yes.
Yeah, you can go and pick Hannah.
Okay, Daz, tell me. Okay, tell me which one you want, and I'll pick that one.
Dazzy, baby, what one do you want?
He said
Fear.
fear, but I don't think that was his choice. I think he was.
Yeah, he
He's
said the
sure.
same. Daz, you just won the Fear collection.
So who in chat has? I'm gonna because I feel like we're favouring PC here. Whoever has an Xbox can take the Xbox key. So if chat, we could maybe have a bit of anybody in chat. The first person in chat to say they've got an Xbox gets the key. So there we go.
All right. So in the meantime, I will pick. Okay, Daz says he already owns Evil Dead, but you already said Fear that you wanted.
No, he already owns Dead Island. He has an Xbox.
Yeah, so he doesn't want it, but he picked Fear. I will pick Misuko.
Misuko. Okay. What would you like to give Misuko? Should we give him the Xbox code? Does that work? Can we do that?
Ryan, give Ryan the Xbox.
Okay, so Visceral. The problem is Misuko. Can you? Has he got a PC? I don't even know that.
I don't know. I've already given him a couple free codes.
Please tell me you have PC. Misuko, you need to tell us if you've got PC.
Did I not? I
Otherwise,
thought maybe I didn't. Yeah, I need to know if you got PC.
Yeah, I know, but there was. I'm trying to give the best ones out.
No, I hear you.
The EU. Okay, yeah. So
if you give Ryan the Xbox key from me.
Okay.
Says he's got one. So that was Dead Island that he's got.
Okay. Ryan, Dead Island. And Dazzy Fear.
All right.
Yeah, that's his Fear.
And then this mystery game. I gotta find out what it is.
Visceral Cleanup.
I'm still waiting for Misuko to say something.
It looks like Poppy Playtime, but it's set in sci-fi.
Oh yeah, you clean up dead bodies.
Wow.
Moth, not Moz.
Somebody said "waff" up a long time ago.
I'm still waiting for someone to say it. If Misuko, come on. Dead by Daylight's free on Game Pass. Right.
We can move on and he can maybe respond.
Okay, so Misuko, you need to answer, otherwise you're not getting a code.
Is Misuko still here? Participants? Yeah, he's still here.
I don't even know. I'm waiting for him to pop up and say, "Hey, I'm here.
Yeah.
Don't leave me."
Oh, I know I sent one of those random ones. But he didn't say.
Okay, right. Paul's asked me to list all the codes instead so they can choose what they want. Should we do that way?
All right, well, I've already dropped a whole bunch of different ones in the chat. I got one last one.
Okay, so I'm gonna. So these are Xbox codes and PC. These are what Paul. So we have the Evil Within PC edition. We have the Evil Within Xbox One. We have that's UK only, that one. Dead by Daylight Xbox One, Xbox Series X, EU and UK. Dead Island Definitive Edition, Xbox EU and UK. The Fear Complete Pack, Steam. Noise, Steam.
Noise is a good game.
Labyrinth, Steam.
Another good game, good devs as
And
well.
Viscera cleanup detail comes with the Santa's Rampage DLC, Shadow Warrior, and the House of Horror DLC. That's why that was the
Masuko
main.
says he does have his PC. He does have PC.
Okay, just pick a code then.
Interesting.
Okay. My last code I gave away to game complainers. Look in your Discord for that code. Home sweet home.
So
That's all my codes. Everything else I've dropped in chat or sent out in personal DMs on Twitter or Discord if I have you there.
yeah, Shady, I forgot to ask you about those codes. Throw them in, dude.
Oh, they're all up in there.
Okay, so I kind of need you guys to like, someone to need to say something in this stream.
No problem, game complainers. Let's
Thank
see
you for
what
joining,
else.
Game
Yeah,
Complainers.
thank you. He's been here
Yeah, he has. he's
since
been here.
the beginning. Like I said,
Nice.
I'm
least
gonna say that I'm gonna give. So Daz, you want fear, yeah? Out of all those things I read out, you want fear.
Oh,
That's what it said.
Shady Unicorn won some Chillis art games. You shouldn't be giving them away, dude. You should be playing them.
No. He's one of he's part of their Patreon. So he offered them to
okay.
me as for the show. Because he was meant to come on the show, but unfortunately he didn't have the time. So I said another time.
Ah, is that the guy from SCP? No.
No, that's Aiden.
No, okay.
Oh fuck yeah, shit, SCP. Alright, I've got.
We could
10
ask the chat a question about Nightwell Manor and see if they were listening.
Okay, we've got 10 codes for SCP to give away. Everyone can enter. Okay, everyone, even you guys.
Well, how to enter?
You answer the question I'm gonna give you.
Oh, damn! I thought you were just...
Okay?
I really want to play it. I
Where
really
does-
want to play it.
What? So your question for you is right. What does the name that I have, Venomous AK, mean?
What? Oh, it has a meaning?
Yeah.
You're.
I don't
There's two meanings to it. So if you choose.
know.
If you've ever listened to the show with me and Tom, and he talks about me in the show, I tell him in that. He asked me what my name meant, and he didn't know there was a story behind my name.
you're a recluse spider in Alaska?
I know. That's good.
No.
We just lost Hannah.
Yeah,
It was like Alaska snake venom spider something. Oh
He's
my
a venomous
God.
duck.
Do you collect snakes?
No, I'm not allowed.
I'm randomly guessing there now. So sorry, dude.
Not allowed.
I
Wait,
don't know
I
if
need
the
to
A
just
can-
give it more, like just some more hint, just a little.
Okay, venomous.
Like-
You can tell us the story.
Okay, I'll tell you the story.
You're Marvel's Venom with a AK-47,
Well
I was
done.
gonna say. Wait, what?
right?
Yeah, that's my name.
Sorry,
Oh
sorry.
shit! I put it together.
Wait, what
I've
was
not.
it?
Have you
I've
seen
not
right? What film gave me the idea?
Venom.
No, but I am obsessed with Venom. If you can see in the background, it's,
I know.
it's fucking everywhere.
I'm confused. What did you say, Dread?
I said he's Venom from Marvel Comics with
It's an
AK-47.
AK?
So there's a film, right, where a certain character touches something and turns it into something cooler than what it already was. What film was that?
Cooler than it already was?
King Midas.
It's a Marvel film that they called a horror.
They call.
There was two movies in that character. We haven't seen one in a long time. It'd make a cool video game. Actually, it was made into a video game. But it'd make a cooler video game now.
Hellstrom?
No.
Hellboy?
No, but that was a pretty good
Hellboy?
one.
He's not Marvel. I don't know. Pass. Genuinely pass. Hannah's cheating.
I'm cheating. I'm looking at Marvel movies.
I don't know. Let's see what chat's saying. See if they know.
Magic? Mephisto.
Close. To do with him. To do with Mephisto.
It's a what?
So, Dredd is on the right lines. Mephisto made him.
Green Goblin? Ghost Rider.
Boom! There we go. So in Ghost Rider, when he first turns into the rider, he touches his Harley Davidson, and that bike turns awesome. My name is based on what if Venom touched an AK-47, a deadly weapon already, but if he put his hands on a weapon and it changed, what would happen to that weapon?
Yeah, that's good.
So
Yeah,
that's
I
what
get
my
that
name
now.
is. A deadly weapon.
So the next contest he has this. Everybody watch this show, and you'll find out.
That's
Nice.
Awesome. Alright guys, so we're going to end it here. I am going to look through the chat and I will throw... Do you know what? I'm going to let Paul give these codes away. I'm going to let Paul...
Paul, give me a key! Paul, give me a key! I really want to play it!
I'm actually... Do you know what? I'm going to give each of you one copy of the SCP.
Yes.
Woohoo! Rock on.
Because...
Yeah, I
I think I did win this
I
contest.
love the SCP multiplayer games. I think they're so cool. I've been playing them on like not like Gary's mod, the Steam Workshop ones and stuff.
Yeah,
and I just
because
love them.
there's
They're
not
just
enough...
so funny.
There's not enough people in the chat that haven't already got it. So
Okay.
there'll be 3 left over. Because me, Paul, Tom, Megan, and Sit Down already have the game. So SCP.
We can get a community night
So I
going.
will send you both SCP and Dread,
Nice.
and I'll send one to Lucas, and I'll send one to Corey, because I
Thank
feel
you.
like you have actually earned it. You've done well. I mean, fucking no, I didn't realise how long we were going. Paul, I am so sorry.
Don't worry.
So I will be giving some codes into some people's inboxes. I am so grateful for everyone that watched. Thank you so much. Guys, where can we find you?
FearFX2.com. FearFX2 on Twitter.
Yeah,
FearFX.
yeah. You're probably your best bet is to hit us up on Twitter. We're
Yeah.
very active on Twitter. So yeah, just at FearFX2. You'll see loads of stuff on that social media. You'll see all our 2D concept art. You'll see all our video renders. You'll see our image renders. There's always links to our Discords, to our link tree that'll take you to all the YouTubes, our website. Definitely have a look at our website as well, guys. Me and Hannah, Hannah's mainly built most of it, but I've come in and been. I've been working on the website, so check that out. That's pretty much our press kit. It's going to give you all the information about Nightwell Manor, and you'll get to meet the rest of the team. They've got a team section. There's beautiful photos of us and a little bit about us. Hannah, if you want to help Hannah, she's at Hannah Fortune. Am I right?
Hannah Fortune Art, yeah.
Yeah, on Twitter, and I am. Let me just double check because I just changed my
Well,
killer
my Twitter
name.
is weird, but
Yeah, so it's
find me
at
with Hannah Fortune Art.
yeah, if you want to look me up on Twitter, it's at jmoffphc. And like I said earlier, I'm a bit of a, because I work in the events industry, my life's a bit chaotic at times, but a bit of an ad hoc streamer, make loads of different content, predominantly stream horror and survival games, but I do a lot of YouTube shorts and TikToks, just funny and random moments with my gang that I play with in Scum, and long time friends as well. So yeah, hit me up as well and check out my socials. Check out Hannah's artwork; it's absolutely amazing. Check out FearFX, and we can't wait to be sharing more stuff with you guys soon. So yeah, there's my social media manager customer bit done.
Thank you, Muff.
Alright,
Yeah, I'll
guys.
put my website in there too.
And Dread, thank you so much for being the coolest co-host that I could have got today. You're awesome as always.
No problem.
Thank you, brother.
Oh no, thank you. And there, for those that are not listening to the audio version and you're watching the video version, is my link. So everywhere you can find me, all the stuff I do, blah 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 blah. But appreciate it. Thank you for having me on as a co-host. It's been a blast, and thank both of you for hanging out for this long during the interview here. It has been excellent, very informative, and fun at the same time. It wasn't just yap 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 and people getting bored. There was a real excitement to hear what you guys had to say, and the interaction with the chat. The chat was great. So again, thank you, Venomous and LOD Perspective, for having me co-hosting with you, and we'll see you guys again. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for having us. It's been absolutely amazing, and
Thank
yeah, really
you
enjoyed
guys.
that.
Alright, guys.
Yeah,
So
we really appreciate it.
thank you, guys. So, guys, that was the Halloween Perspective horror show. Thank you to my amazing co-hosts for allowing me to do this. It was fun. It was a lot of fun than I thought it would be. Nervous at the beginning, but then I got to the end, I actually opened my mouth. If you want to check us out, we're all over Twitter. You can check us on the LOD. We have a TikTok, which I need to fix. We have a Twitter page. You can also follow Master Mayhem and me, Venomous AK. We also stream, mostly me, horror, and Paul does variety as well. And yeah, give us a follow. Give us your questions for the show. And if you are interested, get involved. Thank you so much for joining. It's a goodbye from me.
Bye.
Bye.
Goodbye from
Share
me.
the hobby, guys. Share the hobby.
And it's a goodbye from Dread. And as Paul always says, doodles!